Dakota, what happened last time?
Bug attack. We kill.
Good job.
Our Pokemon were jumped by a giant fucking spider, an Ariados. And we attacked and whooped its ass. But everyone except a few Pokemon got poisoned. So a poisoned Yuki, a not poisoned Biscuit, and Wanders, the Zorua, all went to go get help. And then they came back with a bunch of berries, and now we have a drunk flower and a drunk dog who threw up on Bellos.
Indeed.
But, yes.
That's pretty accurate. Some nice some throw up. And so yeah, and the only other thing that of interest is that Rufflet, Cinchi finally found everyone. You found out a little bit about Bellos's history within the forest. But we're going to back up a bit in time, pull back a bit, and return to a slightly simpler time. A time of panic, as the party is in now in the midst of hunting for their missing Pokemon. Which I know that technically you guys said that you split up last time, but I think everyone in one group is like, I think one group was Burke, Charlotte and Grin, and the other group was Madeline, Ryu, and Prisma.
Yeah.
That's what we said.
So we might want to consolidate the teams.
Yeah, so we'll just say that the groups are together now, just because E-Man's out camping with family on a family trip. And
Rat's been pissing for a solid 2 hours straight.
Yes.
We can say that we had been searching around for a few hours and we regrouped to see if anyone had found anything.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, a couple hours have passed since dawn. As the hunt has been in full swing. When you all kind of reconsolidate. Both Swablu and Cinchi have been Cinchi and why can't I think of Swablu's name? Lumi, thank you. I was like, I just couldn't get Prisma's name out of my head. I was like, Prisma, no. Lumi.
Dishwasher, no. Dishwasher, no.
But the two of them were sent off to attempt to locate the Pokemon, and so the rest of you have reconsolidated back at the campgrounds and have headed off towards in the search of your Pokemon. Who is leading this expedition? Expedition to Mount Everest.
Is it Ryu?
I wouldn't call it leading, but I'm probably still very, very aggressively searching.
I will say Madeline probably matches Ryu's level of frantic searching. Yes.
All right. So go ahead and give me
Madeline hot on his heels.
Both of you, go ahead and give me a survival check.
God. Let's do it. That's advantage.
Oh, well, I didn't mean to do advantage. Yep, that's 13.
13?
I will make sure advantage is not selected. Good, normal. Survive.
Metal Gear, survive.
All right, so between the both of you, which I'll go and swap over this so they can see what you rolled, 2 13s, between the both of you, you set off trying, because your initial thought was to attempt to follow footprints. The problem is, though, this forest is so populated that the footprints you start tracking, you lose their direction, and they're lost amongst the chaos and the hubbub pretty damn quickly. So what starts off as Ryu kind of tracking these footprints. In fact, you even see the cause of where you lose track as you're following it, and about a good 300 feet out from camp, there you see a large herd of whoopers just kind of wandering across right in the middle of where the tracks were leading, and
great.
have completely destroyed any trace of them, and you don't know which direction they went. So tell me what exactly you're attempting to what's your lead right now? How are you attempting to find these Pokemon that you're missing? Explain this to me.
Since the footprints have stopped, I'm going to try to look around for any sign of like any of the group's Pokemon, like a loose tuft of fur anywhere, or some kind of sign that they were here.
Can
Okay.
I look for spilled purple liquid as if from a teacup?
Sure.
As if possibly from a teacup.
Yes.
So both of you give me investigation checks as you start to kind of like scan and search the area that these Woopers are kind of milling about in.
Oh, good. Horrible.
Ooh, that is
horrible
not a good
skill.
stat for me. Let's go.
Ah!
That one, baby.
Great.
That's a 12 at least.
So Ryu, as you're kind of looking around, looking for any sort of like any sort of evidence that your Pokemon have passed through here, you're searching through all the bushes and stuff. When as you're looking, suddenly between your arms, I don't know how it got there, but from between, like in between your arms, just the head of a Wooper just pops up like in between your arms, just like 2 inches from your face. Whoopa! And then blows a bubble in your face.
I want to giggle. I heave a frustrated sigh and put the Wooper down on the ground and just start walking in the direction that the footprints were heading.
It's following you.
Okay.
And like every moving you make, like looking to your right, it moves to its right, and then you look to your left, and it looks to its left. Everyone else, you are watching this Wooper do its best grumpy ninja impression at the moment, as it's just following Ryu around, mimicking his movements as best as it can, given that it has no arms. But you can imagine like the arm placements of like the whole type thing, so you can imagine. As for Madeline, go ahead.
Madeline is wishing she had Whoopsie to let out of the ball and join. We just need a conga line of Whoopers mimicking Ryu.
That would be delightful. But
I just want a Wooper conga line.
That's
Whoopa, whoopa, whoopa.
So for Madeline specifically, as you're looking for any sort of purple goo that could potentially clue you off to your sentient tea goo.
Don't worry, Luigi. I'm gonna put your goo back in you.
Oh, why?
Have I actually? I need to make sure that I've killed all the process I need to kill.
I thought you were about to go.
You
just
killed
be
enough
sure.
time.
I need to make sure I killed Ryu. Hang on.
No, that's not supposed to happen for at least 2.5 hours.
Oh hell yeah! I get 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Go start building your character. Do all of it now.
Hurry, all the character progression.
Yuki evolves into a brand new evolution that you've never seen before.
Ah!
Original OC, do not steal.
Oh, then that one's also killed. Oh no!
Oh no!
It's called Archeon, and it's a descendant of Arceus, and then it kills everyone. Yay!
Oh, yeah!
Holy
woo!
shit!
It just looks like regular Eevee, but it's got Ryu's hair and it's wearing a gi.
So it's wearing a gi.
Yes. And you, so as you're looking for this purple goo, you're kind of minorly distracted by, the adorable ass Woopers whooping along behind Ryu. But you do actually notice that that clinging to a bush, that in Ryu's focus of trying to find fur, he actually completely glances over and misses it. But you manage to actually spot a small little like purple ectoplasm just kind of like stuck to the bottom side of a bush, that looks vaguely like a ghostly like handprint, like you're like would have like grabbed it and like kind of like lifted it up to go underneath it.
Oh.
And
A
it
teeny
seems to be
tiny
heading
little baby little ham.
yeah. It seems to be heading west northwest, like mostly west. It's a little angled north from where you are.
Can I let Fina out of the ball?
You sound like a robot right now. I don't know if that's for anyone else, but
I think it's just for you.
Yeah, no, it happened for a
It's also
second for
down.
me.
I can't hear Mudkip at all. It's just like
Huh?
That's just Geeky, right? You guys can hear me.
I could like half hear you.
I
You
can hear
kind
you
of cut
now.
out.
What? Hello?
I can hear you.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now.
What? What?
Can you hear me now?
What? Can you hear me now? I'm a Verizon commercial from 2008.
Or a Sprint commercial from 2020.
No, we don't talk about those.
So anyway, what were you saying?
Can I let Fina out of her ball and like a dog have her like sniff the handprint and follow the scent?
Sure, you can attempt to treat your axolotl as a dog.
Yes.
Go ahead.
What is Mudkip if not a water dog?
a fish. An
Exactly,
actual
what-
mudfish.
What are mudfish but not water dog? What are axolotls but not water dogs? You know that thing they always say? That thing everybody says. You guys know.
Yeah, the classic saying everyone knows.
What is that classic
The
saying?
classic-
What is an axolotl if not a water dog?
The classic saying about mudkips as a about liking them.
Yeah. Exactly.
So go ahead.
Geeky,
And
what do I need to roll
give me a perception check from Fina.
from Fina? Gotcha.
Mhm.
Oh my god, I have perception as a skill on Fina. Holy shit. Did I just click where it says perception?
You do. Why?
Because
Is...
mudkip can see through
Shit.
mud.
It's only 9. I had a +2 to it, but you know what?
Okay, interesting. So you call out your water dog, which
Yeah.
is definitely not, weasel or I don't know, fucking like Poplio. No, the Mudkip.
Pablo's water puppy.
The water dog. Mudkip, the water dog. Of
Yeah.
course.
Mudkip, the water dog.
I hate everything. You call Mudkip out, and she hits the ground. She starts she looks up at you, looks at this purple goop, walks over, and she looks back up at you, and she's got purple smeared underneath where her nose. What does Mudkip have a nose?
Yeah.
Mom, you gotta try this shit.
Yeah, it's got nostrils.
Oh, it does. Yeah, just under there, there's just like a smearing of purple, just under her nose. It looks like a like a pencil mustache of purple.
Fina looks up to me and says in perfect human speech, "Hey, you want some of this shit?"
Get it?
And so she looks up at you, and then she looks around, starts sniffing, and she just starts walking in a direction, and you realize that she has a scent.
Perfect.
But it's because it's beneath her nose. She's not actually
awesome.
going towards a potential scent.
No,
she's just picking a
helping.
direction, like I smell it in this direction, and she's just going. So
No, but she is helping. Definitely.
She's doing her best.
technically,
I've decided she's helping.
Would you like to follow Mudkip and trust in the
Can
heart
I-
of the cards?
I would like to walk over to her, pick her up, turn her in the direction that I know the thing was headed, and then set her back down.
Like a wind-up toy.
Yeah.
I like to imagine
You start
that,
turning her back fin like a fucking key.
you you walk up to her and you pick her up by the stomach, and her legs are still moving, and you just kind of rotate her by 25 degrees and put it back down, and just starts walking in that direction.
Guys, she found it.
Yeah.
Turn to the rest of the group. She did it. I think she thinks it's this way.
How does the group react?
Since I just turn and with a nat 1, I will believe anything at this point.
Yeah, you've been distracted by like you now realize this Whooper is like mocking you, and it's full on like 6-year-olds like, stop mocking me. No, stop it. No, stop. It just kind of like you're in like a small art because you're so like stressed out that you're without even realizing you're just in a full on argument with this Whooper without realizing it. And so whenever like Mudkip kind of snaps you out of it from, or whenever Madeline snaps you out of this to pull your attention to Mudkip, you're finally like you snap out and you're like, right, the fuck am I doing? And stop arguing with a Whooper.
You turn, Ryu's fully like, no, you're just doing everything that I do. That's not an insult. That's not creative. You're just an asshole.
You're just being annoying.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so you follow this this kind of in this general direction for a while, and you do see some minor like things that clearly you might be going the right direction. You see like some broken twigs, some like I just threw up in my throat.
Oh god.
Oh god.
You good?
Oh, that was gross. Sorry.
Dope.
Anyway, that was just not fun. And so you're not sure if it's exact evidence that these were your Pokemon going around or just another Pokemon going around, but you're at least believing it for now, continuing in this direction. And go ahead, both of you, give me another survival checks, both of you.
Hell yeah.
What are Grin and Charlotte doing at the moment as you're kind of following?
Jesus
the two of them?
Christ. I die. I rolled a nat 1 on survival. I die.
Oh my god.
Just fall over and perish.
You're so like admirably following Mudkip that you just fucking you
Walk
crash
over a
headfirst
cliff.
into a fucking big thick branch.
Sorry. Trying to clear my throat now.
You do it, Fina. You're doing great.
Grin and Charlotte, what are you doing at the moment as you're kind of as you're alongside them?
Well, I do have Geoffrey out, and I think I would also like have him looking around, and I'm also myself looking around as we're following Fina. Just because I can I like roll something to see how much I trust Fina's intuition.
Roll low. Believe her. Roll
Go
low.
ahead and give me an insight check.
Come on.
Insight. That was a 10.
10.
Fina seems to know well enough.
She's not like at the moment you don't have anything else to really go off of, and Madeline is convinced. Sorry, I'm just stuck in the back of my throat and it's not getting cleared. So Madeline seems pretty convinced. So there's no like you don't inherently like think of why you would distrust either of them at the moment.
Well, then we're just walking along. Let's go.
After about 15 to 20 minutes, you actually come across a clearing in the forest that stretches like in a straight line, and it's like lightly paved. And coming from one of the directions, you see a small vehicle kind of slowly driving down the road. It looks to be like a truck. As it kind of drives, it is currently approaching you, like your direction, not directly you, but is heading in your direction down this like
It is going to run us over.
It has swerved into your direction.
Can I roll a performance check to see how well I do the get them to like pull over as a hitchhiker?
Sure, go for
Like-
it.
Are we still on the path?
Good question.
Sure.
Oh, good. This truck is driving through the forest.
So yes, this is a roll to see how charismatic I can be of a hitchhiker to get them to pull over.
Okay.
Let's go. 18.
Pretty damn good. Yeah, you kind of step out, show a little leg.
Hell yeah! That's exactly what I was about to say.
No, you step out and kind of like wave them over, and I mean you're the only person on the road, so I mean it's not hard to get this person's attention. So kind
You
of
just
slow
hear from
down.
nowhere. You just hear out of nowhere. There's no one around. You just hear.
It doesn't come from the truck. It's just
God has whistled at you.
all
God
present.
has called you. But
There's a chatot.
Oh no.
But yeah, the truck does like kind of slow down to a stop next to you and rolls down the window, and there's a guy currently behind the wheel, kind of leans down, looks in your direction, and says, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, we're looking for we camped out nearby as we're like traveling through the area, and this morning when we woke up, a bunch of our Pokemon have gone missing. They weren't at camp. I was wondering if you've maybe seen anything or could help us search in any way. And then I describe the Pokemon that went missing to the person driving the truck.
He listens to what you're saying. Says, "I'm sorry, ma'am. I just got into these parts. I haven't seen anything, and I've got a tight schedule to deliver stuff, so I can't really help you. But you go ahead and give me just a general and either an intelligence or an insight check, whichever you prefer."
Okay. Intelligence, I have a +2.
Insight, I have a +3. Let's go for it. 7.
Can I also give an insight check?
Go for it.
Oh,
Hell yeah. Ryu sees.
Ryu, as Madeline and this guy are talking, you're kind of looking at the road, and you realize that there's only one drivable road that goes through the forest, and that was the road you were already traveling on. You realize you've gone in a big arch, and at some point, instead of heading west, you went back to north and then east, and you doubled back to the main path that goes to the forest.
Oh, we've done a circle.
Madeline got you completely lost.
oh my
With that
god!
natural one. And
Hell
so
yeah.
you've basically traveled about 1,000 feet to the north of your campsite.
Christ.
But you've been traveling for about an hour, like 45 minutes to an hour since you first left the campsite. So you just did this big like U-turn basically at some point. You're not sure when the rotation happened, but at some point you've now doubled back and are now back at the main road. Madeline has not realized this yet. She's convinced that this is a different road and is currently trying to convince this person to help, which he is uninterested in doing so, given that he has a job to do.
Well, I'm pissed.
Hey, look, nobody else rolled well enough to know where to go.
I know. I'm thinking very irrationally at the moment. So I when I realize that we're back on the path, I step over to the to Madeline and completely disregarding the man in the window. We're back on the path. You've gotten us lost.
What? Look, how was I supposed to know? I'm trying as hard as anybody here. Like, she looks down, realizes it's very clearly not another completely like separate road in the middle of the woods, and is not happy. She realizes she's like starts to not really have a good time, and then she realizes like, okay, Okay, we gotta find another plan. She turns back to the dude in the truck and goes, "Okay, thank you very much for your help. We'll let you get on your way. Thank you though." And then just steps
hope
away from
you
the truck.
hope you guys find what you're looking for. Good luck.
Thank you. And then she steps off and is
Hear the very slow as the window slowly closes and drives away.
Needless to say, realizing that they are now completely lost and with no leads, needless to say, Madeline is probably pretty worried.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Nat 1. You burst into uncontrollable sobs.
No, that's I would like to introduce you guys to our new mechanic,
Oh,
which is
good.
that which is the thing Justin and I were talking about that was a secret.
Mhm.
Which is that right now Madeline is rolling to not have a panic attack.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
great.
That is an unironic actual nat 1.
Didn't we joke about this?
Oh,
Mhm.
About someone having heart problems and need to make con
Just-
saving throws every so often?
That was yes. That did partially inspire this.
Wow.
Justin and I rolled an actual nat 1 on my first roll.
this is going swimmingly. I will say, for just so it's known that this was 100% cleared by Mudkip and kind
Yes,
of like discussed.
we both worked on this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I brought this idea to Justin, so don't think Justin is like imposing a horrible.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
boundary
No,
on
you
me.
wouldn't voluntarily, or you wouldn't involuntarily do this to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw this on someone unless they were absolutely sure that it was something they were interested in
Yeah.
pursuing
Yeah.
for like character purposes. So
Roll,
we're going
roll for
straight
mental
off
illness.
for
Straight
that is
off
actually
the
something that's
fucking
very
deep end.
controversial about D&D is that there is actually an insanities table, which is not super cool.
Not the
Um,
best.
Yeah, there you can just roll and assign someone an insanity, and it's great. It's not great.
Cool. It's not.
Yeah, see, when I think of insanity as a mechanic in a game, it's usually in a game like Bloodborne, where it's like a fucking
Where it's an
literally a
madness.
Lovecraftian
Yeah.
beast that like literally destroys your mind or some
Mhm.
shit. Not a mental illness.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's
Nice.
not so much a mental illness, but it's meant to where if you are trying to run something that does have that kind of like eldritch
Yeah.
effect, but it's not implemented very well, and like it's poorly done, and they've never like, as far as I'm aware, they never used it in any official like modules or anything. It's just an aspect in the DMG that you can implement if you wish. But yeah, it's generally frowned upon.
Mm.
But as this truck drives away, you see it's a pretty large box truck. Like it's definitely like a delivery vehicle of some kind. It is Pokemon UPS. TPS Tampinell.
You got those
Postal
TPS reports?
Service. Anyway, and so Madeline, as you're kind of like, as this happens, you realize that you have unintentionally led the group in a circle, basically. And like the track is now gone, seemingly cold. You start to kind of like turn into yourself, and your brain starts to kind of like twist in, and you start panicking. Your breath, your breath starts getting caught.
Yeah.
Your heartbeat starts pounding.
Yeah, Madeline is definitely thinking to herself. She's thinking to herself, "Oh God, oh I lost. Not only I lost Sylvie, I lost everyone else's Pokemon too, and it's my fault."
I'm gonna preface this. I do not condone this action. I turn away in a huff. I don't have time for this. I need to find Yuki, and walk back to camp to start where we started again.
So to explain what everyone else sees at the moment with Madeline, she's practically like on the ground on her knees, just kind of like just full on freaking out right now.
Like nearly catatonic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, to the point that everyone else but Madeline hears what Ryu says. Madeline is just, as for all intents and purposes, just gone. As she's kind of going through this. So, for those who are curious, with a natural one, at the moment, her speed's reduced to 0. She's prone. All skills and saving throws are automatically failed. For the duration of the attack. Pokemon are distracted and are unable to fight. And future checks of this similar nature will be more difficult because of a natural one. As she starts to form kind of a phobia of this. But that's what so as Ryu turns away, Grin and Charlotte, you are left with Madeline kind of panicking on the ground.
Can I ask what the DC was, or is that still a mystery to me?
It's we'll go with a mystery for now.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
a mystery.
Oh my god. I was gonna say that I think Gren with his quote unquote issues, mental illness, has experienced similar like panic attacks, and he is gonna look to Rio and be like, okay, well, you can go on, and we're gonna stay here for a bit, because like I know this is important, but I do believe that all Pokemon, they can take care of themselves. And if they are in trouble, it will be fine, but we need everyone to be of sound, not someone sounds bad. We need everyone to be at our fullest. We need to be together on this. So we're gonna stay here for a few minutes, and then we're gonna catch up with you. So please just go on.
Do whatever you want. I'm not resting until I find her.
Okay.
All right, so Ryu storms off to head back to the camp to try and retrace steps. What do
Is Charlotte? I was gonna ask, is Charlotte gonna follow Ryu?
Charlotte's kind of panicked, so she doesn't really know what to do at this point. She's probably just kind of going through the brush or whatever in the area right now, and just like hopelessly scouring everything. She's not really talking to anyone. She's keeping to herself.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So, Madeline, go and give me another wisdom saving throw. As
Okay.
a little bit of time has
Well,
passed.
Need to pull up my character sheet again. Okay, I have a +3 to wisdom on saving throws. That's gonna be, I rolled a 6, so that's gonna be a 9.
9? All right. Still not great. So seemingly no recovery at the moment, but you basically at the moment you hear just like through the thrumming of your heartbeat, you hear like of people like talking, that your brain just can't like latch onto.
Yeah.
Your hearing won't connect with.
Yeah,
Everyone
she's not
sounds like
picking up
Doodle
anything.
Bob to you.
The old,
It's like the
Charlie
God.
Brown adult.
Yeah, I was gonna say exactly that. The parents from like Little Johnny Brown.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna chime in with something. I can't do shit though. I can't move.
At the moment, yeah.
So I'm just here.
So for Charlotte, go and give me a perception check as you're looking around the area.
Okay.
Not bad, 18.
Damn.
Good roll.
Hey, there we go.
You're kind of scanning the area and trying to like focus despite what's going on with Madeline, and you're certain that in this immediate area there's no sign of where your Pokemon might have been. Like you don't think they've come through here. but you do notice that like they're like, it seems like as Madeline is kind of going through this, that like you're drawing a little bit of attention of Pokemon nearby, because so much emotion, like animals have kind of a natural like draw to like heightened emotions. So it is starting to like kind of draw attention from nearby creatures.
All right. Charlotte's not really going to pay attention to anything unless it gets directly up on her. She's just going to kind of she's in her own world right now, honestly. She does not care about anyone or anything else other than finding where Fractal is. So she's focused on basically tearing the forest apart until she finds her.
Makes sense. What's Grin up to at the moment?
Well, Gren has probably I would say he has probably like sat his back down and has like sat down next to Madeline, and it's just like he like looking at her. It is quite obvious that she is so far gone, if you can say that, his like words and stuff won't reach her. So he's just sitting there, and he is like waiting it out with her probably, and he has like brought out his water bottle and stuff just in case like she would want that or anything.
Okay.
Just like emotional support. And letting her
Emotional
know
support,
that he's
Gren.
there.
So Madeline, go and give me another wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Can
Oh,
I?
that's the one.
Oh, hell yeah! That's a help action, baby.
Indeed.
Alright. I got 2 dice. Let's hope.
Click, click.
That's a 2 and an 11. So the 11 is going to be a 14.
Okay. With your presence kind of being there and just kind of being nearby, and like, even though Madeline, you can't like you can't see or really hear that Grin is next to you, but you just kind of feel a presence next to you in a comforting manner, that there's just someone there willing to just be next to you and just exist with you. And that kind of comfort starts to kind of seep into your mind as you start to kind of like focus through it and like kind of force your breathing to kind of reach a steady level, trying to kind of refocus yourself, resteady yourself as you begin to kind of walk yourself out of this panic attack.
So is that attack over or DC lowered, like, kind of situation?
The attack is still going on.
Okay.
But the severity of it has decreased from where it was a few moments ago.
That's an improvement. I'll take it.
Indeed. So you're starting to like you kind of like pull, like you kind of rotate off of your hands and knees onto your butt, and you kind of like you're at least aware that Grin's there now. You can kind of like focus a bit on him, take some drinks if you need them, and you're kind of like slowly like working yourself back into like a steady state. Slowly but surely.
I'll say she's
Gren
definitely.
I was gonna say Gren is just sitting there like with his water bottle out, like take.
Hand extended, holding water bottle. She does not take. Water bottle is still. She's just holding the water bottle out. Just like it here. I will say Madeline, at this point, probably at least sitting up. Although probably like knees tucked, like curled, but she's not on the ground, so that's cool. And is Fina would still be out, right? Like I never recalled her. Yes. So what is that situation? How's
Fina, like child? as you kind of like are now like on your butt, Fina kind of instinctively jumps onto your knees to where it's kind of like she's kind of like at head height to you, and just kind of like is now like standing on your 2 knees and just like staring at you. and kind of like pushing her forehead against yours, and kind of like pressing into you to try and like give you some form of comfort as well.
All right.
Because she's been around for these in the past, so she's
Yeah.
kind of aware of how badly it affects you. And so she's trying her best to kind of be there for you and comfort you.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say Madeline is just gonna take a minute, try to like steady her resolve and like gather herself and push through, but she's still definitely not back up to full again.
Mm-hmm. So, as this is happening, we'll swap on over to Ryu. You've gotten back to the camp, which, by the way, did you guys take the time to unpack your camp and or pack up your camp and bring it with you, or do you just leave everything
remember
there?
we like really hurriedly packed
That's right.
everything up.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
speed
you're
run
back
of
to
it.
the campsite. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Bubba boy. All right.
Not bad. You kind of follow the same tracks you followed initially and try and refocus yourself, and you just like Madeline did, you do eventually find that same like kind of purple goo in it against the tree. So it's scraped off a bit by Fina kind of rubbing her nose into it, but you at least have the same headway that Madeline did. Just hopefully in the process you won't get lost, which going with that 21 Sorrel you did earlier, you seem pretty confident in kind of in your pathing as you head on, but you are also now by yourself. You're no longer with the party. Do you have any Pokemon out at the moment? You only have 2 with you at the moment, but do you have any of them out along with you, or is it just Ryu against the world?
It's right now. It's just Ryu. I don't. The only other one I have other than Onimaru is Joltik, and Joltik is not immediately. I don't see a use for Joltik.
Makes sense.
At least none that I can think of.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so you kind of you're steadfast in trying to find Yuki. You have no idea where, because the thing is, like you and the group don't really know at what point they left during the night. You have a rough idea of when Madeline like finished her watch, so it's anywhere from like 6 hours, or like it could be 6 hours or later, or sooner, from like 6 hours before you woke up or sooner. So they could be 6 hours or less ahead of you somewhere in the forest. So you're kind of just focused on trying to follow this same general path, because you're hoping that they were heading in a specific direction. They weren't just kind of wandering. So you're trying to you're just kind of heading in a straight line and trying to find those like small details that you might be able to pick up. Madeline, go ahead and give me another wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Alright. Gimme. Huh. Oh, hell yeah. That's a 17 plus 3, so that's a 20.
Hey, a dirty 20. With Fina there kind of just being your rock, this in a very familiar routine of like having her there and using her to help you focus, and with Grin there also kind of like helping, offering you water, and just kind of between the two of them being there for you, you finally start to like kind of regain control over your your heartbeat and your panic, and just kind of refocusing yourself. And you do manage to break the panic attack.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah, she's gonna obviously take a minute to regroup.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of push herself out of it and get over the hill, as it were. She absolutely, she will take Gren's water bottle. She does absolutely skull the entire fucking thing. It's gone. Gren's got no more water. But and she does thank him for sitting there, and is gonna pop Fina up on her shoulder. And then after a minute, she sort of gets up, brushes herself off, and is gonna be like, she's now like redoubled her motivation to find her Pokemon, because now she feels the weight of like also having led other people astray from finding their own Pokemon, and so she's gonna push forward in the direction back towards the camp, hoping maybe she can find that same trail and not get as lost this time.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an insight check for me.
Insight. Let me open my character sheet. Insight. I got a +3 to insight. Let's go. Come on, baby. That's a 2. She got a 5 insight.
Okay, carry on then. You head back.
Oh, fuck you.
Uh,
Okay. I just missed the most important detail in the game. Guaranteed.
Who knows? You won't know now though.
Cool.
You start heading back along the path. Head back to the camp. Knowing that Ryu has a good 5-minute lead on you. Do you like kind of jog to try and catch up, or are you just going your own pace and you'll catch up if you catch up? If you don't, oh well. What's Madeline's thought at the moment? Since Ryu's kind of abandoned the group.
Yeah, she's definitely a bit more determined than she was. So she's kind of pushing at a bit of a faster pace.
Okay. So I'll put it this way: if you go at a faster pace to try and catch up with Ryu, it'll be harder for you to notice stuff.
Find clues.
Yeah,
Okay,
because you'll be kind of rushing. But if you take it at a normal pace, you can focus more on what's on your surroundings.
Let's go with a brisk walk.
Gren is gonna take it at a normal pace.
She's definitely not jogging, but she's doing a hearty walk. She's not like sauntering or anything, but just enough to like keep an eye on things, but still be like moving through at a reasonable pace.
Okay. There's no real middle ground, so we'll just say that you're walking normally with Grin.
Cool. Cool.
So the three of you start heading back through. Is Madeline still leading, or
Yeah, she's definitely gonna want to be at the front of everything,
right,
trying to like make up for that.
Go ahead and give me another survival check.
Survival. Come on, baby. I got a +6. Let's go. That is an 11, so that's gonna be a 17.
Excellent. You find the same path that and it's easy to see you've already found kind of this path before with Fina.
Right.
But you find the same path, and this time you're determined to not like get lost again.
No.
You do that U-turn.
She's staying on my shoulder. I'm heading this one.
And about 10 minutes, about 20 minutes in, you see where like, because you've been kind of following the same like broken path that you had kind of forged initially, so like where all the bushes and stuff have been bent, and you see that eventually the path kind of splits off into two. One kind of goes off to the right a bit, while another one goes straight ahead, and the straight ahead one looks more recent. And you realize that's the path that Ryu has been going, and the path that bends off to the right is the one that you initially started kind of slowly bending to the right to unintentionally head back to the path. So you stick to the path that Ryu's kind of already trailblazing, which, having to push through this jungle and you not having to do as much work being the follower, is slowing Ryu down a bit. So it's likely you'll catch up to him eventually. It'll just be a bit. So Ryu, as you're going, go ahead and give me a cheeky roll a d8 for me.
Okay.
6. Nice. All right. I broke everything. Give me a second to pull this all back up. There we go. This
We're
6.
breaking the game. My immersion.
No.
Immersion.
As you're kind of charging in this direction, you do see that like it seems that as like you actually see that the path kind of like breaks open into a small, like a tiny clearing, and you actually see that that you're in the right place because you actually see a small tuft of brown fur that you instantly recognize as Yuki's. Has the same texture, the same color quality. Seems like it might be from like one of her shoulders, if you had to guess. And so you kind of break into a small like clearing that actually has that seems like it's at least that was at one point vaguely man-made. You kind of enter this area now that you see that there is kind of a solid path. It seems that that this you realize two things at the same time. One, that now there's a solid path you can follow, at least for the time being, but also because it's a path and not like wild forest and jungle, the tracks will be a lot harder to trace because they're walking on dirt and stone and they're not rubbing against bushes as much and trees. So it'll be harder to figure out which direction they went, but you are at least on a more solid, like, you're in a location where it's easier for you to move around. You're not slowed down by clearing out the overgrowth. And so this is what you see in front of you. You see that there are man-made kind of there's like some stone steps up ahead. There's some over to the side as well. It's a small pond down here. And so sorry. And there, like, you can see that there's a few paths you can go from beyond here. But what do you do?
Quick question. What was the dice for?
Good question.
Okay. I hate this. I never like a good question. I'm gonna briefly check over here by the pond.
Okay.
To see if there's any sign of any of the Pokemon having stopped here for a drink.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another investigation check then. Not bad. You can tell this is a pretty common spot for animals to kind of come and take a small drink from.
Take a sippy.
Take a sippy. You can see that at the far end of this pool. Let me scroll down a little bit so they can see better. Right here, like coming out of this little this cliff little rise behind it, there's actually a hole kind of has been eroded away, and there's a small trickle of water that kind of pours out and makes this little this small kind of pond. So it seems that something kind of that, like, whether it's groundwater, but something is constantly feeding this pond. So it's a good like 4-ish feet deep in the center of it. And you do see that there are some small kind of small little toe bean prints, little peats of that match an Eevee, and you see the paw prints of a Snubble, stuff like that. So you do see that there are like clear like indicators that that the Pokemon that are missing have been here, have taken a drink from this pond.
All right. With renewed inspiration, I get up and I will start walking down this path,
Okay.
assuming that this is the path that they would have taken, because it's the most eye-catching.
Okay. So you stand up and turn around and start heading that way, and as you reach the bottom of these steps, you actually see something at the top of the steps that is actually was heading in the opposite direction, heading towards you, and kind of sees you and stops, and it's not like staring at you. It has this like kind of light brown body, these angry eyes, these two large like gray like horns on its head, and a mouth that is a nightmare to look at.
Oh, great. I'm gonna pull out the funny Pokedex.
Okay.
Slowly as not to startle it.
I'm currently sharing. No, I'm not. I turned it off to try and. Nope, that's not it.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna make a nature roll because it's probable that I would recognize this.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, with a 17, yeah, you do inherently recognize what this thing is. You are given that your country is adjacent to the one that it's native from. You see them pretty often. You do recognize it as a pinseer. But nonetheless, you scan it and hear the following. Pinseer, the stag beetle Pokemon. Pinseer is astoundingly strong. It can grip a foe weighing twice its weight in its horns and easily lift it and toss it away. Protruding from the surface of these horns are sharp thorns. These thorns are driven deeply into its foe's body when the pincer closes, making it tough for the foe to escape. It can also use these horns to dig burrows beneath tree roots to sleep in at night. In the morning, damp soil clings to its body. It can't move if it's cold out, so it likes to live in warm places, choosing to hide deep in forests. These Pokemon judge one another based on pincers. Thicker, more impressive pincers make for more popularity with the opposite gender. Due to the sheer strength of their massive pincers, they can split apart trees in single blows, making them invaluable to loggers around Tampinell.
Neat.
Indeed. So you see this pincer just kind of like staring at you, wondering why you're here, because humans don't usually come here, and it's weirded out that you're just here. And you're kind of like, you pull out your Pokedex and you scan it, and it hears the voice of your Pokedex go off, kind of instinctively takes a step back and kind of like lowers its horns a bit, kind of in trepidation. It's kind of at you.
I put my Pokedex away and lower my stance. Don't be afraid. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm looking for my friend, a little Eevee. Have you seen it?
Go ahead and give me an animal handling check, I guess.
Yee.
Not bad. You try and communicate this to this Pokemon who does not understand English. It is not a Pokemon that has been caught and has any real experience with humans.
I'm speaking from the heart.
Indeed, the heart.
Trademark.
The heart of the cards.
Trademarked by Disney.
Fuck Disney.
Yes.
But like you kind of like lower your stance a bit, so it understands that you're not inherently threatening it. It doesn't stop its own posture because it has heard stories of humans. And it doesn't like humans, so it's still kind of in a defensive stance, unsure of how to approach this. That since you just kind of appeared, but it's not charging you at the moment. But you see no inclination that it knows what you just said and is able to like relay to you any information, basically. But it is currently blocking the only way forward or at least the way forward that you were currently heading in.
I'm going to hold out. I'm going to take a knee to get even lower, as to be less intimidating. And I'm gonna hold out the tuft of fur that I grabbed from the bush.
Oh, okay. Which, by the way, your with you scanning the Pokemon, you would have been informed that Pinsir is. Let me go find.
Small detail. I've never heard it pronounced as Pinsir. I've always said Pincer.
I think I normally do, but for some reason, when I said it the first time, I said Pinsir, and I was like, I'm sticking with it now.
Okay.
I think the reason why I said because pincers are the thing on its head, so trying to say pincers is a bit weird. So I think that's why I decided to say it a bit differently. But
come on down to pincers. You need to pinch something? Come on down to pincers.
But your
Prowler.
Prilosec.
You do know that if you had, it is a challenge rating 9 creature, so it is a considerably powerful Pokemon is standing in front of you at the moment.
Good thing I'm not trying to fight it.
But it also means that at the moment you most likely will not be able to catch it, or if you
No,
did try to
wasn't
catch it, you definitely won't be
planning
able to use it. But it's currently kind of looking at you. You hold out this tuft of fur, and with that animal handling check, it does kind of cock its body. It doesn't have a head. Its body at you. God, I hate looking at this thing. I hate its mouth. It's a fucking nightmare.
I never liked Pinsir's mouth, but I haven't really had much of a problem with Pinsir. Except in Fire Red and Leaf Green when its back sprite makes it look like a big doo-doo man.
Like side note, but watching Pinsir and Pokemon Snap, where like each of its little like teeth move individually. It's like, nope, no. You could have just not done that. It's already horrific enough. You didn't have to have each tooth be fucking dexterous. Like
It endlessly
no.
is going.
Yeah. Like, you made it worse, whoever made Pokemon Snap. I don't think it was Game Freak, but made it worse. Stop it. But that aside, it kind of starts to kind of approach you, slowly, cautiously, and kind of like approaches. And this thing is like, it is a good sized creature.
I don't
It's
doubt
about
it. Pinsir are big.
With its horns, it's with pincers, it comes to about your chin. Its actual body comes to about like your upper stomach, but the horns themselves stretch up to about your chin. So with you on your knee kind of in front of it and like a proposal stance, like this thing is like towering over you a bit. Like it's taller than you as you're on your knee. But it kind of approaches, and pincers don't really have noses. So it kind of like leans over and just kind of stares into it, and kind of looks at it, and then kind of like moves forward a bit and just kind of like grabs it with its mouth and starts like eating the fur. Just and just spits it back into your hand. So now you have a wet Yuki fur with a little bit of insect drool.
Yeah.
That's now just like globbed into your hand, and just like he's kind of like it's kind of like pulling like hair off its like little flexible teeth. And then kind of like looks back down at you. And like you get the feeling that like this thing doesn't 100% know what you're wanting from it, but it's like give me an insight check.
Okay. Understand bug. I do not understand bug.
Yeah, like you see that like in the eye, like what I will give you is that as you're looking at this thing, you get the feeling that it's not so much doing this because it believes it can help you. It's doing it to try and appease you because it's heard stories of what like humans will do with strong Pokemon, and it doesn't want to be taken from the forest. It likes its home. So it's trying to appease you so you don't try and catch it, basically, is what you're kind of reading from this. So it doesn't know what you're wanting from it, but it's taking educated guesses and the hopes that it will appease you and get you to just leave. But it also hasn't realized that you're blocking the path you were heading in. So it hasn't realized that it's kind of blocking your exit unless you turn around. So, because it's not a very intelligent creature like most animals, but it's trying.
All right. Well, I sigh and slowly stand up, try not to make any like sudden movements. And I just like, I just take a few steps out of its path.
As you're kind of like just before you stand up, the three of you arrive on scene, And you see that Ryu is currently like kind of like on like his knees and kind of like is like shifting a bit with this large insect kind of towering over him. What's your immediate thought as you see Ryu
great.
on his
You had to make
knee?
this dirty.
Can I?
I wasn't going dirty. I'm saying like on one knee, kind of like this creature that looks not like looks kind of scary is currently like towering over Ryu, kind of leaning forward and making noises.
Can I? Is there anything I can like roll like a perception or insight to see if Madeline can see like can figure out better what's going on, or am I just giving my
Well,
actual
what
base
information are you
reactions?
trying to get? Are you trying to get like
seeing
intent,
if
or are you trying to get
seeing if the Pokemon is currently like posing a threat to Ryu?
Okay, that'd be intent, so insight.
Okay, I will roll. Let me open character sheet. Oh yeah.
I will also
plus
roll
3.
inside.
Go for it.
Plus 3 to insight. So I'm going to. That fell. It's a 14, so I got a 17 insight.
Alright,
19.
How is what's Charlotte's reaction to seeing Ryu kind of in a fairly defenseless position?
She's shocked. She doesn't honestly think today could get any worse. And yet,
Fair.
like, stuff just keeps happening around her.
Alrighty. So with those insights, you get the feeling that like your immediate instinct is that like Ryu somehow got into a fight with this thing, and this thing had like just kicked Ryu's ass, and Ryu's like on the ground, kind of like injured. But you see how this thing is standing, and you see that Ryu's like not like holding any part of his body. He's just kind of like has a hand on his knee. He isn't aware that you're here yet. Because he's focused on the pincer, but you read from his body language that he's not necessarily relaxed, but he's not tense either. He's in a fairly neutral kind of body language, and you realize that the reason why this thing is making noises is that there's strands of hair kind of just on its mouth that it's currently trying to hack up. And that's when Ryu kind of stands up and moves aside. And now you see your three companions kind of entering this this clearing from the path that you came from.
Okay.
Oh, I see them?
Yes, as you step aside, and you now see the three of them entering the clearing.
Red gives Rio a little wave.
I don't really respond to that, but I just kind of like wave my hand in like a move aside.
Move along. Move along.
Make some space.
Put the can in the
This
trash.
pincer was- Make some space. This pincer means us no harm.
Cool. Madeline is just gonna try to not in any way startle the pincer. Has the pincer noticed us? Do we?
Oh,
know
for
if
sure.
it's, like, oh, okay.
Once Ryu moved out of the way, it's just a straight line, so it definitely sees the three of you. Now realize it's outnumbered, so it's a lot more of a defensive, like, and it's starting to like, it's stuck on, it's kind of like ignoring the hair in its mouth, and it is like get in as much an intimidating stance as it can to try and like establish its control of the situation.
Cool.
Well, Charlotte is gonna move as far away as possible.
Fair enough. Where would Charlotte like to move?
Let's see.
Aside.
Let's say over here.
Alright. I will say, with all
Just get
these
out of the way.
trees, the little black outlines are the stumps, so everything else but those are open spaces.
Oh, that's what they are. I thought they were like weird, like flowering bits on the top of the tree for
Oh
some
no,
reason.
no, they're
No,
they're
yeah,
they're
no.
the trunks of the stumps of the tree to show you where the trunks are. So you can like,
Ah.
for instance, you can stand here or here and you'd be fine. But you can't stand here because you are inside of a tree.
Now that
Ah.
now that I'm looking at it, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I can totally get it now.
But I get what you mean. That they do look like weird flowers.
I thought it was just like some kind of fantasy style tree, just with like a big bloom on the top of it.
These are pomegranate trees where they just have the weird pomegranate top on each of them.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you know how it is.
I want to go over here. I want
Makes
to see what this
sense.
is.
Alrighty. What's Madeline up to?
Is this over here like a path? Is that like a separate path, or is like the clearest way forward the way that the pincer
It's another
walking?
path up onto this little cliff, because this cliff is about a good 15 feet up.
It's a
15
walk.
minutes?
Yeah, it's a good 15-minute climb to climb up this cliff, and it's just
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, you're
it's
definitely
a
moving
15
a foot
foot
a minute.
yeah, it's a 15-foot like rise. So these stairs and these stairs are the two ways up off the up this cliff.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna say Madeline is definitely like tunnel vision, like laser focused on what she's trying to get done right now. So she's just gonna push forward, not in like a stepping on this pincer's turf kind of way, but like
Stepping on the beach. Sorry.
stepping on the beach. She's kind of like looking past it, and is just gonna try to like can she try to like out intimidate the pincer?
Oh my god.
This can only go
You
well.
can
Oh my
try.
god.
Listen, I'm looking at my character sheet right now. I gotta.
You
I,
will
for
try.
Some reason, I for some reason am proficient in it. I have a +6 to intimidation.
Yeah, so do I.
Christ.
Doesn't mean I'm trying to use it right now. I
Yeah.
have a +7 to
I'm-
intimidation.
Madeline's trying to get through. She's trying to like. She's gonna be like, "You're moving," or this is not. You're
Okay,
moving is the
can
option.
I-
She's given it a multiple choice option of A, you're moving, B, all of the above.
Can I roll to counter intimidate?
Intimidate her while
Madeline?
she's trying to intimidate.
Yes.
Can we make opposed intimidation checks on each other right now?
Like she's trying to walk through, and I'm just like, I said, let it pass.
You're approaching me?
We're gonna JoJo stance each other right now. Can we do that, Justin?
Sure.
Oh.
I don't see why not.
All right, I'll roll it.
Oh.
Fucking right.
Good fucking luck. Even at max roll,
The
you
wrath
even
of
at a
God
nat
is
20.
upon you.
My
Even
only
at a
hope.
nat 20, you'll tie.
My only hope is going for a nat 20 right now because that's just a critical success, right?
It's pretty damn close.
All right, fine. I'll roll on roll 20. Let's go.
Go for it. See how this goes.
Shit.
Oh.
So Madeline, you kind of like at first you're like holding your around and kind of mead mugging this pincer, and you look like 2 inches to the right, and you see the look of death from Ryu of get your
I'll say that-
fucking ass off this path now.
I'll say that since Ryu does not understand mental health at all and didn't realize that you were going through a panic attack, I still just think that you were crying and wasting time. So I'm like still really mad at you.
All right. So I see Ryu give me this look.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. So I'm intimidated of him right now. Like
Pretty much, yeah. Like with that high of a roll, yeah. You feel some dread coming off of just from Ryu kind of just glaring at you.
Some Metroid dread.
all right.
You may see a glint of his Tonto, just a little bit,
I will
peeking
stab
from
you.
its sheath.
If I recall correctly, like she can't move towards him.
That's if she's afraid. I'm not. This isn't full on fear, but
This isn't popping fear boner. This is just move aside.
This is the look that like a friend gives another friend when like the friend's like when one friend is like about to do something really dumb, like about to get into a fight, and so friend number 2 is just giving the look like you better fucking not. I am not pulling you out of this. Stop. It's that kind of look. It's not the look of like I'm going to hurt you. It's the look of you're on your own if you fuck this up.
Yeah, I will leave you here to fight this pincer.
Yes.
Okay, well, Madeline's gonna, she doesn't say anything. She just turns and goes this way. She's like, fuck it, alright, I'll find another way around.
Alright.
She's treating the situation she was just presented with, more as an obstacle than anything else.
Okay. So where does she move to?
Up these stairs here. How I can move 30 feet, right?
Yep.
So that's, 1, 2,
Listen,
3.
you can move here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll follow up the stairs there.
Alrighty. Here, I'll scroll up a little bit so that see a bit better. Alright, so with everyone kind of out of the way, you see this pincer kind of like glare at everyone and kind of slowly like move down the path, kind of steps off the path a bit and just kind of like watches everyone as it like gets to this point and starts like backing out, like full on like Sokka, like water tribe, like that kind of thing. Just like glaring at all of you as it just disappears into the foliage and just vanishes.
Oh, glad that didn't become an issue.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad Ryu's scary.
Mean man.
Angie man.
I'll give a sigh of relief and finally, and then I just will turn away from the group and just continue trying to go up the path.
Ren is just continuing like this way, like he's walking over the top. Just haha, funny.
Charlotte's
Other way.
definitely gonna follow Ryu.
Alrighty. So yeah, so this path up here just kind of wraps around, unless you want to go back into the foliage, but you kind of can see from how Ryu's going that Ryu seems to kind of have like a set path he's heading on. And he does have a tuft of Yuki's hair that he didn't have initially, so it seems like he has at least some sort of evidence of what he's doing. Specifically, Madeline, what are you doing at the moment, after having a stare down?
I'm gonna loop around back onto this path and just keep walking. Not following a lead of anybody, just like, she is on the path, everybody else is here.
Okay. So, put you over here, just put you So, if you're just going, I'll do this. Put you, and then. So as you kind of reach the center point, you do see that the path splits off in 3 directions. There's a path to the south, down here, that you can see that you see these massive roots growing from kind of through like this, like you can't see where they're coming from because the tree cover over there like looks almost like an art, like it's like an arch of trees, just kind of like tree growth, and then it almost looks like a cave of trees, but from that tree line, these massive roots are growing out of it. You can see a more human-like path extends farther west in this direction, and then a more natural kind of clear-cut path extends to the south. So you have north, west, and south that you can head in.
Can I look at this like root cover and see if there's any evidence of it being a Pokemon nest that I shouldn't fuck with?
Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Nope.
Yep.
I step in.
All right. So you start heading towards a big tree. So Ryu's heading to tree. What's everyone else doing?
You said it was like a cave?
like
It's just
that's the best.
like root cover.
Yeah, it's roots coming out like a tree line, and then in the center, like beyond this platform of stone, it's about 30 feet of empty space where these roots are at, and then there's like dense tree cover, and in the center of that tree cover is like an archway of like trees that are kind of like stretching over, and it's dark for a little bit, and you can see there's light on the other side. It's like a maybe 20-foot dense, like if you ever seen like trees, how they kind of grow together, it's almost like that. Like the tree cover is so dense that it looks almost like a cave made out of trees.
Gren is this. He is already over here.
Understandable. All right. So Grin's going towards the clear cut. What about Charlotte and Madeline?
Charlotte's following Ryu. She's not paying enough attention to care about whether or not this is dangerous.
Understandable. Madeline?
Madeline's best reasoning right now is like, okay, somebody's gone down this path. People have gone down this path. If they find the Pokemon, they find the Pokemon, but there's one path left unchecked, and she's going down this one.
All right, interesting. So, for the purpose of this, so you can kind of keep track of everyone, let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
Okay.
Oh,
All right, so we're gonna start off with Grin. So Grin, you
really?
head south along this clear cut. And you actually enter, give me a second. You enter into this large glade that you can see is like of considerable size. It's not small by any means. And go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yes. I just put him there, so it's I remember. Perception, and I do not have advantage. Natural one.
Excellent. So as you kind of step out into this area, you kind of look around and you don't see any like Pokemon around like as you kind of glance about. And so you kind of head deeper into this, just kind of looking around. At the moment, you don't inherently see anything. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Just a second. I need to check something. Okay. That's I found what I needed to check. Dex save. Look at me go. That's a 19.
Nice. As you're stepping forward into this area, you get about this far in, as you suddenly you feel your foot catch on something, because you've been like kind of looking out over towards like the tree line that you're not looking down. You feel your foot catch something, but you instinctively kind of hop on another foot and then catch yourself. And you look at what you tripped on. You see like a raised mound of dirt that's kind of stretches like a good 20 feet kind of in a rough line that kind of bends slightly to in a direction. So looks like that type of thing.
Okay.
You just tripped on, or almost tripped on, I should say. Go ahead and give me either a perception or investigation.
I'm gonna give you another perception. Okay.
That's quite a bit
I
better.
see all.
You see that at the over here at this end of this kind of dirt trail, you see amongst the grass, it's hard to see, but with that perception, you notice that amongst this green grass are 3 blades of bright yellow grass sticking out of the ground, like unnaturally yellow grass.
Yumlo.
Yum.
I am gonna I'm gonna do this no, like this. So Joffrey and I are on the same level as we take a little gander.
Okay. Are you approaching or define gander?
Slowly. like we take a step forwards to get a better look at it through the grass.
Alrighty. So yeah, you step forward a little bit to kind of get to see what could be going on there. Let me put that there so I don't accidentally select you. So you kind of move a little bit closer, and you can feel that like your vibrations kind of walking around might have like tipped something off as the three blades of grass kind of like twitch a bit, and then like kind of like point slightly in your direction
Oh,
as you're kind of approaching. And I will say with that perception check, you also see that there are several other kind of lines around the area that each also end in three little yellow blades of grass, just kind of around. There's a handful, but the ones that you're currently looking at right now are currently like looking in your direction. If looking makes any sense.
As much as blades of grass can look.
Indeed. And so, but yeah, like as you're getting closer, you've definitely gotten this grass's attention.
Cool. Well, okay. Upon noticing like all of these mounds, Grin doesn't really want to like get stamped, get stomped. I mean, by something much
By
bigger than him.
grass?
Well, I don't know what it is. Or like Gren doesn't know what it is at least. But he is a curious idiot, so he is gonna like extend his hand and touch one of the blades of grass.
Okay.
Just
so
see
you'd
what
have to do it
happens.
here. 'Cause
Yes.
it's raw. You reach out and you touch the blade of grass, and this one is unfortunately the one that I would have had to make, and I didn't have time to make it, so instead you get the normal version. As you touch the blade of grass, like the grass itself kind of like it's like bent towards you, and you touch one of them and it kind of recoils, and then like the whole like ground underneath it shakes as this brown like orb just as a strange looking creature with three little like hairs sticking out of its head just out of the ground. It's just staring up at you silently, just staring up at you.
Oh no, I love him. Oh my god, they're so small.
Yeah, this thing's like the size of your foot.
Yeah, they're tiny.
And it just kind of pops out of the ground and it's just like looking up at you. Dignity? I'm assuming they make the same noise as their normal counterparts. I haven't heard what they sound like in the anime. I just know
I have no reason to believe that they wouldn't.
Yeah. I just remember the diggly.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Go, I love a dig, I love a dig, I love a dig.
Yeah, that's the only memory I have of Diglets and Dugtrio's is the song, and so that's good enough for me. But yeah, it's kind of
fun fact: the hair on Diglett and Dugtrio's Alolan counterparts' heads
are made of metal.
It's all steel. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like I recorded a Pokedex entry that includes that.
Okay. I was worried that you'd missed it because the fucking I totally forgot about the Pokedex entry. I thought that you were just like it's hair. Haha.
No, it looks like hair though.
Yeah, no.
Is there Diglett that has hair? Am I wrong about that? Hold on.
You know, in Alola.
Yeah, Alola and Diglett.
No, I'm thinking about Alolan Dugtrio.
Yeah, with the fucking glorious lock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that have like
full-on He-Man
wigs.
hair.
I love that.
I did try to look up like what they sounded like in the anime, and I only found a single clip on YouTube of a
Is it the one in the Diglett concert?
No, it's a subbed episode where some guy, I guess in a Alolan episode, where a guy, like, they find a bunch of, like, Kanto version of Alolan Pokemon, and, like, the guy is from Alola, and, like, Diglett and Dugtrio are there, and he freaks out that they're bald, and their glorious hair is missing, and so the guy pulls out a wig and puts it on the Dugtrio while crying. And that's all I know.
No, there's a whole episode of the Sun and Moon anime where there's, like, a concert run or like led by these Diglett and Dugtrio.
That's delightful.
Yeah,
I love that.
That was not the video
oh,
I saw, unfortunately.
I'm actually looking at the episode right now. It's Kiawe. Kiawe's like crying, and he's like, he puts the wig on the Diglett.
Yeah, he's like, your beautiful hair, no. And they're just completely nonplussed. What the fuck is this guy doing? But yeah, this little Diglett has just popped up, and it's like looking up at you, curious why you've touched its feelers. Hold on, Dilly, don't hurt mine and their feelers.
Hey, don't touch my feelers there, friend.
Oops,
I don't think I'm very far off if I say that the grin like he like keens at it. He's like, oh no, that's so cute.
It is pretty damn cute, not gonna lie.
And he is having this moment of, oh my god, this is adorable, as he pulls out his Pokédex because he wants to, he needs this recorded and preserved.
Alrighty. So you pull out your Pokédex and you take the picture of it. And you hear the following.
The stream closed at some point.
Wait, what?
Not the stream, but the Pokédex.
Yeah, Discord stream.
Discord
Why did it? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Appreciate you letting me know. I hadn't played it yet, but I appreciate you letting me know.
Yeah, that's why I was letting you know.
You hear the following. Diglett, a lowland form. The mole Pokemon. Its head sports an altered form of whiskers made of metal, formed due to the metal-rich geology of its home. These 3 hairs change shape depending on Diglett's mood. When in communication with its comrades, its whiskers wobble to and fro. It can use these hairs as sensors by poking them out of its burrow to monitor its surroundings. Unlike its more common form, a lowland Diglett is powerful enough to dig right through volcanic rock, and it doesn't allow itself to be seen very often. Diglett love to chew on roots and ground vegetables as their primary food source, making them a pest to farmers. Ironically though, when well trained, the tilled dirt they leave behind when traveling is actually perfect for planting crops. And that is what you hear.
I just picked up on the word comrade. I was like, comrade Diglett.
Comrade.
Yeah, insert Soviet song.
My comrade, brothers in cum.
You could not.
What if you don't?
I'll temporarily, because I think this should still be a PNG, do this. I open up downloads, because while that was playing, I cropped this out, and we will, and
Where you go?
haba!
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, it doesn't have the full Pokeball that it would normally have, but I don't have time to edit it. But you see,
Oh my god, it's a
Diglett.
Biglet. But yeah, you take a picture of it, and in the picture you actually see there's a second Diglett in the background, as this one has also popped up curiously.
You're the wrong burrow, motherfucker.
But like, it's just kind of looking at you like,
with
what,
my
like,
foot.
because you basically walked up to something and touched something's like you walked up and like touched someone's like touched a bug's like antennas, because they use these things to like sense when it's underground, and so you just kind of walked and just boop. So it's like, what do you want? What's up? Why are you here? Who are you? What are you doing? What? It's very confused.
Same.
Like it's not necessarily like but it's not necessarily like upset. It's just it's like I said, it's extremely confused as to why you just touched it. It's just looking up at you. Diglett?
Well, I do think Ren has to take a few moments of like, oh my god, like hold gently. But when he gets over that, he is gonna try to be sensible of the situation they're in and be, even though I think he's the least stressed out of all of us, but he is still gonna go like try to communicate like, hey, we're looking for some lost Pokemon. There's a there's a brown there's like an Eevee and a Arcelia, and he like starts listing them, and just maybe he like even draws them. He like draws all of the entire missing
Aw.
squad and shows it to the Diglett just like really quickly, and tries to communicate that they're missing, and he wants to know where they are and if they have seen them.
Okay.
And I guess that's an animal handling.
Go for it. Animal handling makes sense to me.
Okay, 12.
You kind of like crouch down and you show this picture, and it kind of like you see it kind of like look at it, and then kind of like shifts a bit in the hole and like the mound, and like you see like its hairs kind of like twitch in specific directions, and you hear like a collective like from around you, and then just, like, as all around you the rest of the Diglets in this area all pop up, and then and just start like moving towards you.
Comrades.
Kill!
And like you kind of like hold the book out for them all to look, and like they're like kind of like twitching their little hairs at each other and communicating as best as they can. And they're kind of like just like all looking at this to try and figure out like what like you're showing them and what it could mean. Because I think it is cute. I'm drawing these. You can't stop me.
My army. Comrades, time to cease the means of production. I start writing like communist propaganda, just like private property is inherently theft.
Oh, that's the one that I messed up on. You were already there. So I guess I'll do that, even though it makes no sense. Whatever. But yes, they all kind of like approach you. And they're all looking at your drawings. And they're kind of like motioning to each other. And with an animal handling check, they kind of like confer. And like point you kind of like in like an arrow almost. They kind of like gather together and make like a small like arrow pointing like down in this direction, pointing kind
It
of
just looks like it just looks like a cross.
There's that better.
Yes.
Or you prefer like no, that looks like hip.
I would say
Gren's literally playing Pictionary with these fucking Diglett.
yes. That's better. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll even do it like that. There we go.
Yeah, kinda. I see it.
They're kind of like pointing in this direction, like they're putting more western than where they are at the moment, and where you currently are, to kind of like clue you in that like they saw them pass through the clearing that you just came from, heading directly west. And then they kind
Ren
of
is beaming.
They also kind of like, as you're like there, they kind of also then form this kind of shape. Let's see. This one would go here. I don't have enough to
Purple.
make the shape perfect, but be like, oh, it'd be like this. Yip, 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 yip. And then so they do that, and this one kind of pops down to the ground, and pops up there, and pops back in the ground, and pops up here, kind of pop, 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 kind of making this shape at you, and they kind of then give you like a determined look of like warning.
Circle. Beware of circle. Can I do
Yes.
like I don't know, like a wisdom check or some shit to figure out what it?
Go for it.
I'm just thinking that Gren is stupid. Like he gets the direction, but I don't know what to roll. Just like
Go for insight.
insight. Okay.
Ah.
Oh, okay. Man, Gren understands these Pokemon.
You're not sure 100% what they're doing, but you can tell that it's definitely not a circle, because they could make a circle if they wanted to. They are very specifically making flat lines, and so it looks more like from how they're sitting, looks kind of like that ish.
Okay. So like a stop sign.
Oh man, I didn't bring any octagons.
Don't.
Do you have an octagon, Elmo?
Well, part of don't you understand? Why can't I select the thing I drew? What?
You can just use the erase tool.
True, but that would get rid of everything. Yeah, well, it's fine. Goodbye, things.
Moon.
Oh, wait,
Man.
that just got rid of that. Whatever, it's fine. But yes, that's what you kind of can infer from what they're doing. Is there anything else you'd like to do with these, Alolan Diglets, which the Pokedex has informed you they are ground steel types.
I'm not interested in catching any of them, if that's what you're implying.
Okay.
But Gren is, even though he like knows it's a warning, he just thinks it's funny that he like goes in the middle. Just like, I don't know if that's picking up of him doing it too fast. He's just like, he's in the middle. He like, I can't put him on there because it's like a line, but yes, in the middle.
Leave him alone. There you go.
Yes. Comrades.
And they just start shifting around you, dancing.
Oh my god. I loved them. I love them.
One could be
But yeah,
yours for
that's
the
all.
low cost of catching one.
No.
Yeah, they're just kind of like,
But yeah.
now they're just kind of spiraling around you, thinking this is now a part of the game.
And yeah, Joffrey's gonna migrate towards here as I like make the motions that we're gonna leave again, but I am thanking them profusely. I am being like, you are amazing.
You see them kind of like all of them kind of look at you with their 3 hairs, and they just kind of like camera can do. They just go like wave at you with their hair.
Gren waves back as he like moves towards the end of the clearing again, and moves like back towards the clearing where they were.
As you walk away, they just kind of want to just like ground bubble wrap and just go back to wherever they were before.
Look at them go. There they go.
So let me swap back over to here so I can grab Ryu. So Ryu, you're next on this initiative.
Yes.
You head through this this almost like tree cave thing that I've described. You'll be at the top of this map once I swap you over. I just gotta find your token. There you are. And at first there'll be a little bit of theater of the mind. You walk through about 20 feet of this dark cave. Charlotte is there as well, of course. Kind of walking alongside you. The tree cave is like, it looks like it's just enough room for you to get through single file. And you still have to kind of like shimmy a bit to get through. It's not like the easiest like movement through, but you do get through. It's not difficult, it's just cramped. But you manage to push through and you come out the other side and you see something that is incredible. You see a gigantic tree that stretches up well over the rest of the canopy. Almost like the Great Banyan Tree in Avatar. Like, it is incredible how absolutely massive this thing is.
Good fucking god.
A little bit too far. This thing towers over you. It is massive. And like, you can see that like just the trunk alone is a good 30 to 40 feet wide. And it's like the roots themselves are thick enough that they could almost act like pathways and bridges on their own. Like, you can see that where you're standing on a root by yourself, and you like, it is large enough that it's basically its own pathway. It is gigantic. And as you kind of enter this area, you hear like, you heard it from the main area you were just at, but you couldn't really tell what the actual noise was. Until you came through, as you hear like this high-pitched repetitive like trilling noise. It's like I can't make the noise well, but it's like it sounds very like, it sounds high-pitched and repetitive, and it's like making like a tune maybe, but it's not a pleasant tune. It's like, if you ever like taken like kind of like a nylon or something and you like ran your nail over it, it's like that like, or like, you know the sound that like the old notebook covers that were like kind of like that,
yes.
That those made, it's like that.
Yes.
I was starting a forest-wide communist takeover. I approve. We'll see how that goes in due time. But yeah, you hear this kind of like trilling noise as you're in this area. Not 100% sure what it could be inherently. But you do hear that. Go ahead and give me a nature check, actually.
Should Charlotte as well?
Yeah, you two, go for it.
Okay.
Both of you.
Nope, I have no idea.
Nope.
Neither of you do. So yeah, you can't really place what this sound is. It's natural. It's not an unnatural sound. It's just not a pleasant sound. That's the problem, is that it's just very kind of obnoxious. But what do? You're currently just staring at this colossal tree. You can see that like where the tree, like the canopy of this tree is, it's a good like 20 feet above the rest of the canopies around it. This tree is, you can't even see the top from where you are because you're now underneath the branches of this tree itself. You would guess it's easily over like 60, 70 feet tall, maybe even over 100 feet tall. But like I said, you can't see the top, you just see branches. You can just barely see the sun and the sky, not the sun, but you can see like the early morning sky just barely through the trees.
Well, normally I'd be very impressed by this tree. At the moment, I'm not really interested.
Fair enough.
So in the interest of finding out if that noise has anything to do with Yuki, I'm gonna try to stealthily find the source of the noise so that I can find it first before it finds me, just to
Okay.
avoid any confrontation.
Makes sense.
So make a dex throw.
Go ahead. No,
Stealth
stealth.
check?
Yep, stealth check.
Oh yeah.
25.
Oh, that's my
Excellent.
ninja.
Ryu just like Charlotte, you're standing there, you look over to your right, you look to your left, and Ryu's gone.
Oh my god.
I give Charlotte a peace sign and disappear.
Ryu's gone.
I'm real serious now. I'm full ninja.
He watched all of the How to Be Ninja videos.
Yeah.
Which I have no idea how well those may or may not have held up over time.
Not well, not great, but it helped that he was Asian, so it made it less racist.
Hey, I have not seen them since I was in middle school, but
Yeah, Nikihika's great.
But yeah, you kind of start heading around the tree towards this this sound. And like it's not easy to go through this because like these roots are each like a good like 3 to 5 feet above the ground. You're having to like heft yourself over and kind of like roll over them and drop back down. And you're kind of like sticking to like you're jumping from each of these like little moss covered sections to dampen your footfalls. And so you're just like you're landing here and then you jump over to this and you jump over here. And then over to this one, and as you're kind of going around, you do finally see the source of the noise, kind of up on the tree here. As you see a small kind of like a small white bug, with little brown forearms and little tiny green wings, that's currently rubbing together to make this noise.
Okay. Oh, Ninkata. Okay. I thought it was a cicada.
Yep, you were hearing the noise of a cicada. But cicadas don't exist in this world, so it's the noise of an Ninkata. But yeah, that is the noise that you are currently.
Oh my god, that makes sense why it's a fucking ground type, because they burrow when they're young.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Okay, yeah, I got it now.
And so yeah, you see that kind of making noise on the tree. It's completely oblivious to you. You are like a whisper in the wind. Even if it wanted to, like even... Yeah, no, not even close. No even remote acknowledgement that you exist.
I want to briefly scan it with my Pokedex with the volume turned all the way down.
Okay. You pop in your Professor CG branded AirPods. And
that I got from some dude in the town, and it's an option to control the volume of the game now.
Yeah, exactly. God, I forgot that was an actual thing. You had to get a fucking Oh my god, Game Freak, Nintendo, what the fuck you... Okay. God damn. Anyway, which name was that again?
Sword and Shield.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that was that recent. For some reason, they made a volume slider option in the game an item that you obtain like 4 hours into the game.
Oh, that's bad.
And it's only 4 hours because they fucking make you sit through so much goddamn tutorial.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, cool. Moving on. Yeah, you play it and you hear the following. Ninkata, the trainee Pokemon. Ninkata lives underground for many years in complete darkness. This Pokemon absorbs moisture and nutrients from the roots of trees by carving into them using its sharp claws. It stays motionless as it waits for evolution. Due to its aversion to sunlight and its extensive time underground, it is nearly blind. If you ever see an Ninkata above ground, something must have disturbed its home and forced it out of hiding. Or it may be close to evolving. Though when it does evolve, be prepared for something special. And that is what you hear. Now it is a bug ground type Pokemon. And I'm gonna run this like the games where the Pokedex doesn't tell you what they evolve into. But go and give me a nature check. Pretty high. Hoenn's close to Johto and Kanto. You have heard, especially given your upbringing, that what Ninkatas usually evolve into.
I didn't realize I muted for a second there.
Did you say anything important?
All I said was, "Come on, my nature rolls have been shit all game," and then I was like, I was starting to say when I realized I was muted, since I just finished the Johto anime or the Johto seasons of the anime, found out that yeah, Hoenn is kind of close to Johto. It's just across the ocean.
Yeah.
Which, given Japan, it would just be like an island over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like you've heard, especially like I said, given your what you come from, and given your proclivities as a self-proclaimed ninja, you are well aware of what this evolves into as a ninjask. And also a Shedinja, but
I was gonna say, am I aware of the double evolution thing?
Yes.
Okay.
But I have a feeling, given your proclivities, you are slightly more interested in the ninja aspect and not the shell aspect. But you could be interested in both, but you are definitely aware of what this evolves into, if that is of interest to you.
Maybe another time, but right now, no, I've got more important things.
Okay.
Ryu's very tunnel vision right now.
That's fair. If it sways you, it has no idea you exist, and it's also a pretty weak Pokemon. So, I mean, you could just throw a Pokeball at it, see what happens, and just go. Because it doesn't know that you exist,
true.
You would probably have advantage on the Pokeball catch, because this thing's just existing, and then in about 5 seconds, it's gonna get its world rocked, and it has no idea what's about to happen.
It's world rocked. God damn it. No, I'm gonna leave it be for now.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna tuck that Pokedex away, and given what I just heard from the Pokedex, its home has either been disturbed or it's close to evolution, and I don't really want to be around when it evolves. So I'm gonna ninja my way back over to Charlotte.
All right. I will say that Charlotte, as you're standing there, like looking around, like full on, like John Travolta, like where did Ryu go? You hear like the bing of your Pokedex getting into scan, and you get the Pokedex entry for Ninjask. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, where the fuck did he go?
What? Where did he?
So what are you doing as Ryu has fucked off into nothingness as far as you're concerned?
Well, at first I'm gonna try to figure out where he went, because Charlotte doesn't really want to be by herself. But she is not.
Go and give me a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty good. So you don't see where Ryu went. You don't know where he could have gone. You know that he exists, you hope. Hopefully he didn't just get shunted into another reality, but turns out Ryu's been abducted by it's on the tip of my tongue. Fuck.
Gygus?
Huh?
Gygus?
No, the Pokemon that's that like enters the dark world.
Giratina?
That one. There we go. Thank you. Could not remember its name. It was like just I was like Darkrai. That's not it. But but anyway, yeah. So like
that one enters your nightmares.
Yeah. Go full on Freddy Krueger. But yeah. So like, as far as you think, Ryu's probably still around somewhere. Don't know where though. But with that perception, you do see that, like, as you're looking around, you actually hear, like, kind of like some noise over here. And you see, like, kind of like dirt flying in this direction. I don't think that's showing up. How do I show to others? Okay, it's not popping up on stream at least. So I'll just
I can see the arrow
flying in that direction.
Okay. Well, not really knowing where else to go, she's gonna follow the noise, so she'll end up over here.
Okay. You kind of step over and like peer over the side, and you see a yellow creature kind of like ripping like dirt out of a hole. And you see like this yellow creature is like pretty round, squat, and has like two like thin yellow horns sticking out of the top of its head, as it's just handfuls of dirt just getting shoveled out.
Okay, Charlotte will scan it.
Alrighty. You whip out your Pokedex and you hear the following. Elekid, the electric Pokemon. Elekid stores electricity in its body. If it touches metal and accidentally discharges all its built-up electricity, this Pokemon begins swinging its arms in circles to recharge itself. Though this action tires itself out quickly, so it may take a few attempts. The space between its horns flickers a bluish-white when it's charging up energy, though even when not charging, a weak current is constantly flowing between these horns. Beware to not stick appendages between them. This Pokemon thrills at violent storms, with thunder always improving its mood greatly. Don't be afraid to let it out in storms. That's what you hear.
He's a battery.
Yep.
What Charlotte thinks is she's DMing me gifts of grilled cheese.
Shut up! No, I'm not.
I have a feeling I know what you're having for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Which, frankly, excellent choice.
Yeah, I gotta go get some tomato.
It's just really good. All right. Charlotte's gonna kind of sit tight for now and just observe it.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Where does Ryu go after
It's gonna look up and go like, baby. You're like, no, you keep doing your thing.
No,
Me?
pretend I'm not here.
Where does Ryu go after clocking the Ninkata?
I hop and I hop and see that Charlotte's not here, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be
Which
too hard to
I'll
look
say
over and see
about here you get a bing on your Pokedex.
Yeah.
And it says that you now have the entry for Elekid. And a picture of an Elekid currently like head inside of a hole, just shoveling dirt out.
Yeah. Then yeah, I'll make my way over there, and I assume it's not too hard to look over and see Charlotte.
Nah, she's just kind of sitting there. You see her pretty easily. Which the Elekid does take notice of you, Charlotte, at some point, and just kind of like looks up at you.
Since I can infer that Charlotte's over there looking at the Elekid, I'm gonna like whisper at her like, psst, Charlotte.
Charlotte, how do you react to suddenly Ryu, who has been gone for the past like minute and a half, just suddenly appearing and whispering at you?
Charlotte's slightly startled, but she doesn't panic or anything. She just kind of comes to attention and like stands up straight and looks back at him. What? What is it?
There doesn't seem to be any sign of our Pokemon. We should leave.
Are you sure?
Positive. There's no trace of anyone.
All right. And so she's gonna walk over to him and follow him.
Oh, do we? Where they
Elekid
go?
looks up like, what?
Pretty much. Go ahead and give me an insight check. As you've been requested to draw this scene out for a bit.
Yeah.
Both of us?
Particularly Ryu at the moment. No. Dang.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Okay.
Oh, I was figuring drawing it out might have been like we go back to the other scene too, and something happens. But whatever you want to do, doesn't matter.
But yeah, you do see that as you move away because Charlotte's not being stealthy. Like the noise of you walking away, the Elekid kind of pops up. Kid. He's like, well, it's like bzz, between its plugs, and then just goes back to what it's doing, just digging. Yeah, so the two of you return back to the glade, which I'll temporarily up.
Can I, while we're walking back, can I it'll probably be kind of messy mentally because I'm not sitting and meditating, and I'm very I'm not really thinking too straight right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to as we're walking back, kind of just focus as best as I can and try to talk to Onimaru and ask if there's any possible way that it can sense other life forms, like other I guess other auras, and see if there's any way that it could know where everyone went.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Arcana. 11.
No,
Damn it! I would have loved that 20.
You kind of like, as you're like walking back, you kind of close your eyes and try and like refocus on yourself and internally try and like reach out to Onimaru on your arm and kind of like try your best to like connect to it somehow and like think this thought to it. And you get like, because of your heightened emotions and your stress, it's hard to like focus and make that connection, but you get like some sort of like slight like something there. And you kind of like, it's not so much that you hit a wall, it's more so that you can't fully reach out to her. But you get the feeling that that's something that might be within her wheelhouse, but it'd be in a very limited area. But that's about all you can get at the moment. You can't like ask her to do it at the moment because one, she's not out, and two, just that you're not able to make that direct connection with her at the moment.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, then yeah, that's all I got right now.
You return back to the main area. And at the moment, Grin took a little bit longer in what he was doing. So he's not here at the moment.
Still fucking around with Diglets in a field.
Yep.
Teaching them all about communist propaganda.
You guys know about private property?
You say to creatures that live underground and literally make their own home.
We sure do. We dig into farms all the time.
They don't like that. We don't care.
We take the food. A tear rolls down Grin's cheek. You will be a wonderful regime.
Instead of seizing the means of production, we just seize the products themselves.
Yeah.
So
my Dicklets in arms.
Welcome back, Mudkeep. You went straight west.
Mm-hmm.
In the map you're about to appear in, you're going to be at the very bottom.
Look,
Oh,
fish.
Fairy fountain.
Fish.
Hey, I'm super tired, so I'm gonna dip, but I'll be lurking.
Okay.
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 Have a good
Alright.
night, Super.
Bye,
Hi,
Grace.
honey.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, you enter into this this small like pond area, this like spring, and you head like a little deeper in. And give me a perception check.
Okay.
What you're snacking on?
I got a sandwich.
Booty.
Nom, nom, nom,
Um,
nom.
I don't want to touch my dice with my sandwich hands, so I'm gonna roll 20. What'd you say it
Go
was?
for it.
Perception?
Yep.
Hey.
Percept. You
Perceive.
percept very goodly. You see
There's
with
probably
your
more
your
Buscemi
human
in that
eyes.
pond.
Probably. With your human eyes, you can see that that
Human music.
in this area you see that there's a couple creatures that are
Mhm.
just kind of milling about. You see a few shroomish kind of appear on this little rise, just kind of passively watching you. Nothing of real interest there. You can see like this massive spring up ahead, which I'll go up there so that Jack can see.
Looks fun to bounce on.
Haha.
Ryu somewhere has a heart attack. Drops dead. Dead to me at least.
So that means nothing.
Indeed. But yeah, this spring ahead of you is like a good. It's a huge, like, it's almost like it's less of a pond and more like a small lake. It's a good like 35 feet across. And surrounded by these rocks. It's actually hard to fully tell that it is a spring from where you are because these rocks are a little bit taller than you. But you can you smell the fresh water in the air. Excuse me. And what really tips you off is that you see a creature kind of like pop up on the rocks covered in water. As
Oh, little baby.
Little crocky baby.
as this kind of appears and like stands up on the rock and just like full on, like starting with the head to the back to the body to the tail, just shaking water off itself. And then kind of like stretching its back. Yeah. Going full Daffy Duck. But yeah, it seems like it just pulled itself out of the water and isn't aware that you're here, but is up there.
Oh. Well, I'm not as much as I love this baby. And sort of just metagaming a little bit. I have so many water starters.
Yeah.
But
See the like it's
in-game,
a bad thing.
in-game logical reasoning is that Madeline, while she sees and can appreciate the fact that this is baby, she's kind of not looking to like pick up a new Pokemon right now. She's just kind of like, where is the ones that I lost? And so she kind of acknowledges it, and makes she kind of makes herself known in a non-threatening way and just kind of makes a friendly little like wave at it.
Okay, yeah, you step forward a
Gives
bit and
it a
you kind
smile.
of make noise, you kind of get its attention and like a little whistle and looks over at you
Oh,
and it's kind of like just makes noise back at you.
Yeah, I just want to like make my presence known in a way that like is like, I'm not a threat. I'm not here to like mess up your shit or anything. And I would just like to like look around to see if this leads anywhere or if there's anything around that I should take note of.
You do see that like as like you can see that there are other paths you can take there. It's like it one side wraps around this way and over here, and it seems like they're like it seems like the behind this there's like large rocks and trees that it's hard to get past anything behind this up above. But it does seem like it does branch off to the left and right. You're also not sure if there's anything like, because like I said, like you can't see the actual water itself because it's separated by this like wall of rocks. So whether or not like there's anything of interest inside there, you're not sure.
Is there does it look like if I go like around the back of it that the rock's lower, or will I have to do some climbing to see in there?
Since the rocks closest to you are higher than the, like, you can't see past these rocks to see the rocks on the other side, basically.
Okay.
So you had to go and walk around to check yourself.
She's gonna start circling around the left side the way that the Totodile is.
Okay. So you start heading that way. Totodile kind of like hops up on this taller rock and just kind of like starts watching you.
And then she's gonna get this little like light bulb comes on in the back of her head, and she goes, "Oh yeah," and she pulls out the Pokedex to take a picture of him.
Okay. Pull your Pokedex and take a picture of a Totodile. And you hear the following.
Totodile, the Big Jaw Pokemon. It is small but rough and tough. Despite the smallness of its body, Totodile's jaws are very powerful. While the Pokemon may think it is playfully nipping, its bite has enough power to cause serious injury. This rough critter chomps at any moving object it sees. Turning your back on it is not recommended. Its excitable nature and large personality make it a favorite among fellow rambunctious trainers. They often have larger-than-life personalities.
Okay.
That is what you hear.
So having received that information, she's gonna move around the side, not take her eyes off it though, based on that entry.
You realize that now that like the smile it was giving you, now that you've heard that, you realize it's a mischievous smile and not like an innocent smile.
Uh-oh.
So it's waiting for you. It was waiting for you to like not pay attention to it anymore. So now you're like giving it like just like the dead eye to like just staring at it. It's a little disappointed, but it's waiting for its opportunity. Yeah. But as you pass by, you can actually see it. This rock right here is the one that it climbed out of. Is actually the smallest rock to potentially climb on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
About 4 feet tall compared to everything else.
Okay, just gonna kind of try to peek over it and see in.
Okay. Go ahead and give me either an athletics or acrobatics check to climb up to and look over. Whichever you prefer.
I have a +2 in acrobatics as opposed to only a +1 in athletics, so I'll roll an acrobatics check.
Go for it.
That is an 11, so +2, that's a 13.
Not bad. You aren't trying to do anything spectacular. You aren't trying to like climb on top. You're just peeking over, but you do like manage to peek over into the pit.
Okay.
And you do see this surprisingly clear water.
Nice. That
stretches about like you can clearly see the bottom of it. It stretches about 30, maybe 40 feet straight down. And it does seem like there's there's underwater. There's like an opening towards the back. That kind of feeds this spring. You see several creatures kind of swimming around inside. You definitely see a couple Magikarp swimming around in here. But as for anything of interest, you see a small like little tadpole kind of swimming in here. That has big cheeks.
Oh. I know this baby. Yeah, there it is.
Scroll up.
That's a cutie.
Yeah. You see that on the inside, just swimming about, doing its business, living its life.
Mm-hmm. Cute. Cool. Any other like interesting Pokemon that maybe Madeline is like unfamiliar with or like seems
she's not inherently familiar with this, but go ahead and give me another perception check as your
Perception. Okay. That's a +6. Let's go. I got a 16, so that's a what is that? 22?
Damn.
16
pretty
plus
good.
6.
Yeah, 22. Hot damn. Give me a second to consult my list of other Pokemon that I've prepared.
At this point, I'm just fishing for babies. I'm like, give me a cute little one. And then if it's cute enough, maybe I'll change my mind about catching one.
Oh, is my tadpole not cute enough for you, bitch?
It's cute, but I mean,
have you seen what it evolves into?
Yeah, Madeline wouldn't know that, but also she already has a because Buscemi's a like a tadpole based Pokemon, right?
Yeah, but this one's not useless.
I don't. Buscemi is not useless. She blinks one eye at a time, and it's cute.
And we gave it Bubble, so it can actually do something.
Yeah, it's got fucking Bubble now, and Bubble pummels. I also don't want this shitty little boy that's sitting up here on the ledge.
Soft, shitty little boy.
How dare you?
Yeah.
How goddamn dare you?
I love Totodile, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. I love Totodile. His Pokedex entry specifically told me he's gonna be a shitty little asshole.
As you're looking around, you see that in this little corner over here, kind of tucked behind this rock, you see...
Oh, it's another Iori! What a cutie.
And a little bit deeper in,
Fucking ducklet, dude.
Yes, fucking ducklet, dude. You also see, like I said, you definitely see some magic carp.
Yep.
I fucked it.
How many more of these fucking carps want me to put them out of their
I
misery?
did it again.
With that school of fish down there, I'd almost imagine that there's a bunch of remoraid in there.
That'd be cute.
If they weren't more ocean fish, I would agree.
See, you know, I tend to think like are there dedicated ocean fish? But so many times in the anime, you've got ocean Pokemon swimming through rivers. They just don't care. They put them anywhere.
Fair enough. But yeah, there's a school of Magikarp down here. While
Case in point, those are freshwater and saltwater.
Shut up. You said
They
you
don't
said
care.
freshwater, so you know.
Yeah.
On the other side,
It
you
can
see
be
a
Oh my goodness.
couple
Ooh.
Phoebasses swimming
Look at the
around.
Phoebus.
These
You
are
put in the
deeper in.
time
These
for
are definitely
those.
ones that you would have to
Okay.
attempt to
Just swim to get to.
either that or use your fishing rod.
Oh, that's right. I can fish.
Indeed.
Put in the time for those, and you get a pretty Pokemon.
Oh, I do like the pretty Pokemon.
Um,
Oh,
and
damn it. I might want
then-
to catch one of these.
There's another one that I wanted to throw in here,
And,
ready to go.
Phoebus is Hoenn, right? So Madeline would know it.
Yes.
Probably, yeah. Go ahead and give me a nature
Brain.
check.
Nature. What is my modifier to that? It's
They are. Yeah,
+5.
actually, it would probably take a nature check because
Oh yeah,
they
'cause
are
they're pretty rare.
they're rare.
Yeah. That's an 11 nature check plus 5, so 16.
16, pretty good. Yeah, I feel like that's something that you might be able to recognize. Recognize that.
Or at least I've heard about them or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so they seem to be kind of hanging out near that, like, kind of like opening in the back. You see that this would technically be underneath this, but I can't do it. But underneath in that opening seems to be a sleeping one of these.
Oh, a Bogator.
And then the last one that I will give you for rolling so goddamn high is where's it
Kyogre.
at? Which I was looking at it. For some reason, Kyogre has a flying speed of 80 feet.
Holy shit.
So that's a thing.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to that.
Kyogre's a fucking fighter jet.
I have no answer.
And then the last thing you see, which the reason why it's the last thing you see is because it's actually like right underneath you right here, kind of like bumping up against the rock as it's kind of floating on its back.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, I love him.
It's a pretty packed little spring because it's very well protected. Like not many predators would like take the time to try and get in here. So it's a pretty like packed spring.
Cool. Well, I like all of these. I'm gonna.
What's Madeline's passive
Madeline-
perception?
Her passive perception? It is. My character sheet is telling me it's 16.
Impressive.
Is that right? That sounds right. Oh, it's behind me. Fuck!
Does a 23 hit?
Does a 23 hit? Yes, of course it fucking hits.
As you're
Jesus
like looking at all
Christ.
this stuff, you're like really invested in this. I rolled a natural 19, but you're really invested in like all these Pokemon, and like it isn't until like just the last moment you realize, wait, the Totodile, and
God
you
damn it.
feel this like against your butt, just teeth just against your
I
butt.
swear to God, I thought about halfway through halfway through you were describing these Pokemon, being like, I'm gonna turn to this Totodile and be like, fucking don't. But I didn't. I didn't think
But
to
you
do
didn't.
it.
You did not. Don't. So it did.
You didn't.
Great. How many damage do I take?
Oh, apparently my dad slices still open. That's great. So good question. Let's go ahead. You take unlucky roll. You take 3 piercing damage as it bites your butt a little bit harder than little hard. Like you can tell it's something This wasn't a hostile thing. It's very much, according to its Pokedex, a playful thing. It just has a very strong bite that it doesn't realize. Well, it realizes it doesn't care, but just a nice chomp on the left butt cheek. It's just.
Great.
Well, that noise would put with his mouth open because it's currently clenched around butt.
Cool.
So what do you do with the totodile on your ass?
Oh, he's like latched on. He's like not letting go.
Do you think a totodile would let go?
Cool.
It's not causing any
gonna
further pain. He's
fucking-
just kind of there.
Great. I'm gonna shake him. I'm gonna be like,
Okay.
hey, fucking stop.
Okay, so
like,
you shake your booty.
No, yeah, sure. Why not?
All right,
What
you
is
shake.
that?
You shake your booty. Go ahead. Man,
Okay.
what a shortcoming for D&D that doesn't have a dedicated booty shaking stat.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What's my
0 out of
twerk
10.
stat, D&D?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me
Performance.
a.
Roll for twerking.
Wait, say Milo.
I said performance.
Yeah, roll for twerking.
Go ahead and give me a acrobatics check.
Acrobatics. That's a +2. Come on. Give me something good at least. That's a 2. I got a 2, so that's a 4 total.
You kind of like, you're trying to shake it off, and like as you're doing it, you realize that it's now like instinctively, because it doesn't want to fly, because it doesn't know if it'll hurt itself if it flies off your butt. It actually bites out a little bit harder. You
Great.
take an additional point of piercing damage as it
Cool.
in self-defense is now biting harder to not get flung off your butt.
Awesome. I'm gonna swing again, but this time I'm gonna try. I am getting a little fed up with the situation. Madeline is. She's gonna fucking try to swing this dude against the rocks that she's up
Oh
against.
jeez. Okay.
Well, not like fully like whack this guy, but be like, hey, kind of jostle him at least.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a athletics check then.
Oh boy, I gotta roll good on this then. Hey, it's a 15 +1. That's a 16.
16. You kind of like
Yeah.
you like lean over and you like tap its body against the rock, and you
Bam.
kind of like reach back and just basically like flick it on the nose, and it kind of
Yeah.
and drops
Yeah.
onto its butt. It looks up at you,
Thank you.
kind of like glares at you, and like turns around and walks away. Just kind of
Yeah.
upset that you weren't having fun with it, and it just kind of crosses its arms and leaves.
Next time, don't bite people.
You assume that's Totodile for fuck you.
I'm gonna let him go. I don't.
Kind of hangs out over here now.
Yeah. Get over there.
You weren't any fun.
I'm gonna. You're not any fun. Okay. Madeline's full on, just like pouting and like mocking the Pokemon. No, she's gonna try. You know what? She's gonna try her luck with fishing a Phoebus
Okay.
or a redacted because she hasn't scanned it.
Indeed, she hasn't. Go
She knows
ahead
this.
and
Okay.
roll. I forgot what we did for the rules for this because you fished once and not
I fished
since.
one time,
So
and it was to catch a Magikarp that I had to spend
Maybe-
a solid 10 minutes thinking about killing.
Maybe a nature or athletics roll.
possibly.
I like the idea of nature. Because I'm way better at that than I am at athletics.
Mhm. I will say, go ahead. Sure, give me a nature check.
Nature. Wah! That's a 3. So that's an 8 total.
You toss your line in, and it sinks down and almost immediately, it's
Not a fucking
gobbled up
magic card.
by a
Get
magic
the
card.
fuck
Yeah.
away. No, you fucker! I hate this fish.
I was
Great.
almost gonna say
Flop.
it'd probably be funny if the fucking you throw the line out and the Psyduck jumps in after it.
Psyduck's already in. It's just kind of here, like it's floated with its head is now like against the rock. There's no current in here, so it's not like drifting around. It's just kind of there.
Okay, cool. I've reeled in the shittier of the two fish that's here.
Flop.
I'm gonna
Flop.
unhook. I'm gonna unhook
Flop.
this fucker from my line. I'm gonna try to unhook him. Is he flopping?
Go ahead and give me a
so
sleight
much
of hand
that I
check.
would have to make a check. Cool. Yep. What do I have to sleight of hand? +2. That is a 12, so I got a 14 sleight of hand.
Yeah, you kind of like hold it down a bit, and you reach in, and you unhook its mouth. You kind of just
Okay.
roll it back in.
Yeah. Plop him back in.
And it actually lands on the belly of the Psyduck. The Psyduck has absolutely no reaction, and it just kind of and just slides off the belly of the Psyduck.
I was terrified for a second because I have no idea how the Pokemon food chain works. I was terrified that you're gonna be like, it plops on the belly of the Psyduck. The Psyduck immediately fucking devours it. Cool. Can I try again for the Feebas?
Sure. I'll give you one more try before they get
One more
scared.
try.
Yep.
Cool.
Give me that
This is
nature.
nature again.
Yep.
Nature. That is a 16 on nature, to which I have a +5, so 21.
Nice. You toss your line in. You toss it a little closer to like this area over here. And you wait a few minutes because you didn't mention you put any bait on it. So
No, I didn't. I just
it's just a
fucking
hook.
chilling.
So you're basically like fishing by eye and hoping that it gets near enough that you can kind of like tug it and
Trying
hook
to
it.
fucking whack my hook into one of these Feebas.
Exactly. And fortunately, one of them does swim close enough to it, and you kind of like jerk, and you actually hook the little like triangle on the top, like its top fin.
Oh,
You
no,
just grab that, and
sorry.
it's like, and you start reeling it in by its fin, and it pops out, and it's now like hanging from your from your line, facing away from you, wondering what the fuck is happening.
I'm gonna like get try to like it's not like is it like reacting in a like a get me the fuck out of here way, or like a
I mean, yes.
confused way? Yeah. Okay,
Why would it
cool.
not be?
I'm gonna try to calm it down.
All right, so you rotate it around towards looking at you.
Yes.
How
And
do you
then
wish to
I go,
calm this down?
I'm gonna be like, hey, it's all right. I'm gonna get this unhooked for you, and I'm gonna like carefully try to like remove the hook from the triangle while still like ready to like catch it if it tries to make a run.
Okay, it's pretty easy. Like it's just hooked. Like
Cool.
it's just kind of like
I
it's
just
not
hooked around
through it. It's just
Yeah.
hanging from it. So you just kind of
I just threaded the needle.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's pretty easy to unhook.
Do I have like a handle on the actual Pokemon itself though? I'm like holding on to it.
Probably for the moment.
Cool.
How long that lasts, we'll find out.
Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna pull out, if I'm not mistaken, checking my inventory correct, my one remaining Pokeball, and try to like coax it into being caught.
All right. No fight, just attempt to catch, huh?
No fight, straight. Oh, it's gonna be hard to catch, isn't it? I just realized.
You haven't tried to
These
scan it
motherfuckers
yet,
have-
so you don't know what
These
it's.
bitches have a low catch rate. Fuck it, I'm gonna go for it, and if it doesn't happen, it's not meant to be.
All right. Go ahead.
Yes.
Which Pokeball? What type of Pokeball is it?
It's a fucking Pokeball.
Just a normal ass Pokeball. All right. Go ahead.
That's
give
the only
me
one I got
a,
left.
give me an animal handling check.
Okay. To which I have a +6, so let's do it. Big money, no nat ones. Big money, no nat ones. Big money, no nat ones. Hey, that's a natural fucking 19. To which I have a
Damn.
+6, so that's a 25.
Surprisingly, that does beat its catch rate of DC 15.
Hey, okay.
So yeah, you toss this out. No, you don't even toss it out. You just kind of hold it in front of it, just press the button, and it gets sucked from your hand into the Pokeball, and just like you feel the Pokeball in your hand like twitch a couple times, and you call yourself a
Woo!
Feebas.
Fuck yeah.
So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me hop over here real quick. You do technically have an opening right now because you do not currently have Sinistea in your party.
Oh, true. How's that gonna work if I get Sylvie back? Do I just get to send a Pokemon back when I?
Yep.
Cool.
Which,
So
by
yeah,
the way,
it's-
go ahead. Give me a D100 check to see if it's male or female.
Cool. That's too complicated for me to do on dice, so I'm gonna do it in Roll20. /R1D100. 85.
85. It is a female Feebas.
Hey.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's also stubborn.
Cool.
It is level 3 at the moment. It knows Splash and Tackle.
Great.
And there's no one in chat, so someone give Madeline a number between 1 and 100.
44.
44.
All right, you gotta roll a 44.
Cool. 25. Nope, no shiny.
Nope. Sorry, I'm checking something real quick.
It's fine.
Which I will say, you never scanned it, so.
Oh, I can do that now.
All right, you just pop it out of the Pokeball then.
Yeah, onto the ground. For a second, just to get the picture, and then I draw it back in.
All right, so you just pop it onto the ground. It's now
It's gasping for air.
flopping silently here, just.
Yep, and then I snap the quickest pick, and then before
right.
the entry even registers, I'm just gonna suck it back in and pop it into my bag real quick.
All right, you hear the following.
Feebas, the fish Pokemon. Feebas's fins are ragged and tattered from the start of its life. Because of its shoddy appearance, this Pokemon is largely ignored and few trainers bother to catch it. However, this Pokemon is slow and dim-witted, making it an easy catch. While Feebas's body is in tatters, it is a hardy and tenacious life force that enables it to live anywhere. It is capable of living in both the sea and in rivers, regardless of pollution levels. It can survive on very little water, causing it to live for a disturbingly long amount of time as it flops on shores uselessly. They look like they'd taste bad, though, so predators won't eat them and leave them to flop. So their numbers continue to grow. Although unattractive and unpopular, this Pokemon's marvelous vitality has made it a subject of research.
And that is what you hear.
Cool.
Damn, bitch, your fish is ugly.
Yes. Which reminded me to send you the link to that after the game.
Okay.
So just
Cool.
add it to a message and send it to me after the game's over.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to stretch my back. But yeah. Anything else you'd like to do in this area?
Not really. I think I'm just gonna head down the let's say the path to the right. Why not?
Over here?
Yeah.
All right.
50-50.
Head that way. So
Can I also really quickly just put my hand on my own ass and restore HP to myself? Or does that or does the healing pool not work on myself?
I don't see why I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's just like medicine. It's just like knowing medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Smear some medicine into my ass
It
wound.
says you have a pool of healing power that replenishes when you take a long rest. As an action, you can touch a willing creature and restore any number of hit points from the pool. I am a willing creature, so.
Are you?
Yeah.
Did you ask for your own consent?
Yes.
Okay.
I asked for my own consent and then I grabbed my own ass.
Consent, ladies and gentlemen.
It's important, even on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta ask yourself every time you go to JO. Yeah, I'm gonna apply my own medical skills as a nurse to myself and get myself just back up to full.
Yeah, every time I jack off, I'm like, yo, bro, you mind if I grab that fat cock? And I'm like, yeah, man.
It's
It's like a shot. It's a shot. Reverse shot of you talking to yourself. Like, hell yeah, man, let's go.
All right.
Yeah, that's also my reaction. All right.
So Madeline, how many health points do you gain?
I gotta zoom in to see what I'm at. I'm at 29, so I'll gain 4.
All right. How many does that leave you with?
33. I'm at full, right?
No, I mean how many healing points that
Oh.
like?
I haven't. Did on the night where our Pokemon went missing, that counted as a long rest because we still just slept all the way through, right?
Yep.
Cool. So that is the first time I've used it, I believe, since that long rest. So I'm at because I am trainer level 5, and so it's 5 times my trainer level, so 25, and I just used 4, so I'm at 21.
Nice. Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, so not bothering to wait for anyone else, you head off towards the right, and you arrive. You'll be on the far left side of this map.
Okay. There I am.
Here. Give it a second to load.
Yeah.
Madeline
There it
is living inside 3 pixels.
Pixel hell.
Yeah, hold on. God hasn't put on the glasses yet. There they are. Yeah, you enter this long stretch of like trees and like this long like clear area, some longer grass in certain places and some dirt. Yeah, this is where you enter at. What do you do? You're in a
I
whole
would
new
just
world.
like a whole new. Fuck Disney. Let's just do some initial roll to see what I see when I'm here. So just like a perception.
Yep.
Anything I'm initially greeted with. Okay, my perception modifier is +6. Hell yes. But I rolled a 2, so that is an 8.
Not a damn thing.
Cool.
You kind of
Nice.
like you're sure there's stuff here, but like from where you are and like how these trees kind of block your sight lines and this long grass, if there whatever's here, you can't see very well at the moment.
Cool. So this sort of drop off that I'm seeing go across like the halfway point of the screen. Do I get a sense for how high that is, or can I like go over there and look down and see?
You can go and look down, see if because it's hard to tell from far away.
Yeah.
You'd have to be like standing over it.
There's also trees in my way, so I should probably walk over there.
So do you want to go to this part or this part?
This part's the closest one, so I'll go there first and just take a look over. I want to see if this is like a Pokemon ledge or like a ow, I will hurt myself ledge.
It's a mixture of both. You feel like
Okay.
if you were not careful, you'd probably hurt yourself, but it's not like it's like a maybe 3 to 4 foot drop. Nothing terrible.
Okay.
Nothing detrimental.
Cool. I'm just gonna forego that now, just in case I make a bad like acrobatics check or athletics or whatever it is, and go over here and see if I want to see what's going on over here. If this is just a walk down, that would be
Okay.
cool.
So as you do that, we'll continue this scene real quick. You ignore that. And you head down here. You start wading into this thicker, taller grass. Kind of wading through. Let me
I would like to not get ambushed by anything. It's just a wish. Just a wish of mine.
As you're kind of you're kind of where are you going specifically? Are you continuing along the path or what?
Yeah, I'm kind of. I mean, I'll like peek around over here just to see if I like in like these brush areas
Okay.
to see if I see anything useful to my search for the Pokemon.
Okay.
But unless that is the case, I'm trucking down the path.
Go ahead and give me another perception check.
You got it. +6. Oh, it's a 19. So +6, that's a 25.
Nice. You see there is a little bit of motion like in the grass over here. You can't tell what it is because it's so low in the grass. There is motion over there. So if you want to avoid whatever that is, you can take the flat route, or you can go and investigate if you'd like.
I am gonna take the flat route. I don't want to risk running into a hostile Pokemon by myself.
Over here, and as you peek around, there's some more kind of motion here in two different places. Which these you can actually see a little bit better. You see that they're yellow in color, and kind of like they're kind of flitting about. They're definitely flying. They're not on the ground. From how they move, they kind of like flit back and forth. It seems like they're currently kind of like hovering over some flowers, with little tiny wings, and these like weird, odd, angular shapes to their bodies.
All right, Madeline cannot, upon actually seeing something instead of just like bushes rustling, probably wouldn't be able to help control her like innate curiosity about Pokemon, and is gonna go over to investigate just to see if she can get a better look at what's over there.
Ooh, and which region is Madeline from? Hoenn, right?
Hoenn.
Thought so. All right, so you step a little bit closer. Do you enter the grass, or?
If that is the only way I'm gonna get like a clear view of what's in there, then yes. But if I can see from outside, or like get closer to see,
so you
then
step
I'm
in
gonna
just a
stay
little
out.
bit to see what you can see.
Okay.
And you see a pair of small, kind of let's see, small hexagonal shaped creatures. Kind of bunched up.
I think I know what these little guys are. Yeah, look at them.
Bumbling bees.
Bumbling bees. Cool. Are we? I don't. Is it safe to say Madeline doesn't know these Pokemon, or do you want me to roll a nature check?
I probably safe to say because they're from an entirely different region.
Yeah, given which islands or which parts of Japan Hoenn and Sinnoh were based on, they're completely opposite sides of the country.
Yeah, that's true. Cool. Madeline's gonna scan it.
Go for it. You pull your Pokedex out. You whip it out, and you hear the following.
Hello, police.
Cumby, the tiny bee Pokemon.
Cumby?
A Pokemon formed by
Cumby.
3 others, all born together. It busily carries sweet floral honey to Vespiquen. At night, Cumby sleep in a group of about 1,000, packed closely together to form a wall. Though there are 3 heads, the top one is the primary personality and leader, and each one has a slightly different taste and nectar. And while a hive may have hundreds of Cumby, there's ever only one Vespiquen per hive. Her very presence preventing other females from evolving to challenge her rule. Though at times, if the hive grows too large, the Vespiquen will command half the colony to break off, and a new hive forms around a new Vespiquen.
Bee.
Madeline wants nothing to do with these Cumbies.
Hate all of you.
They're combies, bro.
Cumbies. Okay.
Shut up.
Um, uh,
Welcome to
In a-
our hive of calm.
hey, actually though, Madeline, from what she learned about the the comb bees, through the Pokedex entry, doesn't know what a Vespiquen is, but doesn't like the idea and would like
Allow
to
me to
not
introduce you.
disturb anything. Hey, get me the fuck out of here!
As you're looking at this and your Pokedex is playing this decently loudly, the noise attracts the
Cool.
Gumby's attention, and it
Yep.
also attracts the Vespiquen's attention, who is
the
in the
Vespa
trees
come.
and kind of like floats out from around, glaring at you, and you get this strange like feeling in the air as the Gumbies that were originally just looking at you curiously suddenly look at you with aggression.
Hmm.
Cue the stanky bass.
No,
We'll come
no
back to
base.
that.
No base. Oh, okay. No.
So Ryu and Charlotte, as you're kind of coming back, you see that Grin is also returning from his own little expedition.
It's presentation of the Communist Party.
Indeed.
Yes. Also, I do want to say that Gren is walking at a brisk pace.
Any
Just-
particular reason why?
Yeah, they like. I could hear myself for a second. Like the Diglett, like from what he gathered, they were like probably warning him about something. He still isn't like entirely sure what, but they were warning him about something that wasn't the direction that Madeline went, and he is now like on a mission. Like he does still think that the Digletts were delightful, but like upon like thinking about it a bit more, he was like, "Oh, that's probably important." So he has Joffrey. Um, I just see Madeline takes 1 point of psychic damage. Yes, he's carrying Joffrey because Joffrey's slow and is walking briskly towards the others.
4 points.
All right, so yeah, you see that Grin is kind of walking towards you with purpose.
What is it? Did you find something?
I found some very radical Diglets. Radicals as in politically radical, not as in cool radical.
They're not mutually
And
exclusive. They could be both.
yeah, true.
Radical Diglets.
Mhm.
Yeah, really.
Real cool
And
radical Diglets.
they played. They kind of like played Pictionary, English. They like played Pictionary or something, cause they like made an arrow in the direction Madeline went alone, and they tried to warn me about something, though I don't know what it is.
Well, then let's not waste any time. Let's go in the direction they were pointing.
Yeah, I am walking.
And we go.
Three of you arrive in the same like little spring area. But yeah, you arrive in this little area. You see a nice wall of rock kind of surrounding something. You don't have the same inclination that it's water because there's not a Totodile currently climbing out of it.
Wait, sorry, say that last part again.
You have no inclination there's water inside that ring of that circle of rocks because you don't see a Totodile currently crawling out of it and shaking water off itself. So to you, it just looks like a round wall of rocks. You don't know that it's water
Round
inside.
rock. Well, I'm gonna kind of rush ahead and
Okay.
peer over the rocks.
Okay, go
It
ahead and
doesn't
give
look
me
like-
either an
yeah.
acrobatics or athletics check.
What, me?
Yep.
For running?
To peer over the rocks.
Okay.
These rocks are about at the points you're running up straight up to, they're about 5 to 6 feet tall.
Oh.
I
I
had
see.
to roll the same shit, bro.
I didn't realize. You said athletics or acrobatics?
Yep.
Whew!
Oh my
God
god.
damn, natural 20.
Can I just say I do a full blown Naruto? Like I just leap straight up and land on top of the rocks.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
sweet.
run up towards it and you jump and you like place foot on like a small outcropping, leap off it, grab another rock and pull yourself up, and you're now just standing on the top of this this rock up here. And you can see inside all of the like all these Pokemon. Well, go ahead and give me a perception check, because right now you just see the Timpole, the Magikarp, and the Psyduck. With that, you see some Feebas down below, and you see climbing over this rock a Totodile who seems a little nonplussed, but then sees you and goes and starts climbing over rocks to get over to you. As a new toy has arrived.
Completely uninterested. I'm gonna do my look around, and when I see no sign of any Pokemon that's familiar, I'm gonna turn around and just hop down.
Mm-hmm. I won't make
Nothing.
a roll. Easy.
You
The natural
won't make
20?
a roll?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I would have made you roll, but with a natural 20, no, you get done easily.
Sweet. Then yeah, I just look to them and shake my head. It's just a spring. There's no one here.
See, there's a path to this side and to this side, but no sign of Madeline at the moment.
I'll point over here then and say, you said those Diglett were pointing this way, right?
Yes.
Then there's no time to waste. Let's go. And sorry, Totodile, not today.
It like gets all the way over to here to the tallest rock, and it's looking at you, walking away, it's like, and just it's very upset because no one is wanting to like humor him today, and he's just upset. But you guys head on out.
Maybe another traveler.
And good thing, because Diglets were actually pointing in this direction. Just copy, so it'll make it a little bit quicker.
Is it back to me?
Yep, as we wait for them to arrive, they haven't arrived quite yet, but they are at least on their way. Ignore they're over there, just...
Okay.
I just need to put them somewhere.
I do not see it.
Indeed.
Okay.
Go and roll
I am
initiative for me.
looking away.
Initiative. Okay.
All of us, or just Mudkip?
Just Mudkip.
Okay.
Dope. Give me something good, please.
Time to battle Mommy B.
Hey. I'll take it.
Please don't call Vespi Queen Mommy Bee.
Why not?
It's the mommy bee to the cumbies.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of do see how like Cumby is a thing because like it's derived from combination.
Yeah, combination, but I think it's mostly supposed to derive from comb because it's a honeycomb.
Yeah.
And the Wikipedia, the Bulbapedia does actually say that it is both honeycomb and also combination.
Oh, we're both right. Wow.
Yeah. It makes sense, obviously, but like
The reason why I
let's
said
not
is that
say-
there's a
let's not say
road near,
Cumby.
like there's a road in town named
Yes.
Cumby, and that's
there's
why that's
it's a
my
settlement.
brain.
There's a whole
No, I get you.
it's near Lakeland. It's a whole settlement of Cumby. And yes, I know that's why you said Cumby the second you said it, but I'm like, no, that's not right.
Well, tough shit. I'm saying it now just to spite you. Ignore the one that's up here. I'm just using it for initiative tracking purposes, just so that whenever you defeat these down here, it won't get rid of them on initiative.
Cool.
So let me skitty about that on over to there. For
Random
the
question. You said that you can't catch higher than your SR, but you can like train.
You can catch them, but it's difficult to control them until you get the right control level.
Right. Was there like some rule on like what max level you could catch at, or just like
Yes, you cannot catch a Pokemon that is a higher level than what you are.
higher level? That's right. If it's the control, it's same level. If it's too high control and same level, you can still catch it, but you just won't be able to do anything with it.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So let me go ahead and roll for the Cumbies. For the Cumbies. Alrighty. Nice solid 10.
Cool.
And for the Vespiquen. Is a nice solid.
Oh, it beat me. No, I don't like that. No, I don't want that.
Here.
So, and you did say that you don't have any Pokemon out at the moment. You said that before.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Well, no, you did say. Sorry, I'm thinking of Ryu. You did have Fina out earlier. Do you still have Fina out, or have you been traveling alone recently? Searching.
You know what? Just because it would have made the most sense for the way the past couple scenes have played out, I'm gonna say that Fina is not out currently.
Okay, that's fair. And the decision is entirely up to you. I'm just asking.
No, yeah, I mean, it would be more tactically beneficial for me to have had Fina out, but I don't think she would have been.
Okay, sounds good to me. So
just because Madeline's trying to get through here as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Then it will. As it kind of comes around the this tree and sees you, you see that like it's like this large crest on its head starts to kind of glow a bizarre color.
Cool.
But yeah, it starts to kind of glow and like it draws your attention to it. Go ahead and give me a oh, never mind. It's actually it's an attack roll. Interesting. Does a 16 hit?
Trying to use hypnosis or some shit. Jesus.
Yeah, it sure does.
Interesting. You, as you're looking at this crest on its head, it starts kind of like become translucent, and like shapes start to form in it, and twist and spiral, and you become confused.
Oh.
As it used Confuse Array. Confused means that you are unable to take reactions. Your speed is halved. And when you use an action or bonus action on your turn, you must first roll a d20. 10 or lower, you drop concentration, hurt yourself, and your action fails. 16 or higher, the status ends. So, whoops, didn't mean to do that.
Madeline hurt herself in her confusion.
Oh.
But that is its turn. Her turn. It's over to you.
So you said I have to roll to be able to do anything?
Correct.
D20, you said?
Yep. It's a flat d20 roll.
What am I aiming for? 16?
You're aiming for 16 to get rid of it. You're aiming for a roll of 11 to do anything.
To do anything, okay. That's a 16 exactly.
Whew.
All right. So
Sweaty.
almost immediately
It's
you
also
kind
hot.
of you feel like the world darken around you, and you can kind of get this tunnel vision onto this queen's like crown shaped crest.